Once and for all, MJ is the GOAT.
Good afternoon, people. Welcome to the GOAT Jordan Kingdom. Today we're gonna have a special episode. Keep our normal stuff. Go over what's going on with the NBA preseason coming up and everything. I just seen some games. Somebody lost by 50 points in the preseason game, but let's not talk about that. But what's going on, everybody? What's up, Ajani, Brandon, Perfect, John? What's going on, everyone?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
So we just gonna something special up for y'all, just a special episode we're gonna have today. But first off, we just gonna, like I said, I want to go over. Did y'all see Philadelphia lose 50 points?
I saw the score. I didn't think it came across my phone. I actually powered my phone off and on when I saw it because I thought something was wrong with my phone. So I never went back and looked at it, but I saw the score, but I powered my phone on and off because I thought something was wrong with my phone.
Yeah, I was like, how you lose by 50 in the preseason?
Who you putting on
the Travis?
Yeah, it's the preseason.
I thought that couldn't happen in today's NBA. It's terrible. It's too competitive.
You're muted.
Johnny,
oh, we talking preseason. That's what we doing? I didn't think today's show would be about preseason. If I understand, this is GOAT Jordan Kingdom. We about to talk about greatness. We about to talk about something we've never talked about before.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I don't care about preseason. There's nothing preseason about Michael Jordan. Nothing at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's preseason now because the NBA ain't started, so that's the only thing we could talk about. I mean, it's not like it's preseason and then tomorrow is the first NBA game. We still got, a week and a half before the season starts?
So we're going to talk about the Chicago Bulls preseason?
We can talk about anything. Talk about how great, what I want to do is we talk about how great Jordan is. We also going to talk about how great he is, but, like I said, this is going to be a special episode today.
Special episode. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the GOAT Jordan Kingdom show, run by Craig King and T Perfect today. They came ready. Look at Travis. Travis got his shirt on. Travis is ready for war. Y'all already know what Craig brings to the table. Craig don't even got to do nothing. He's sitting on the throne now. It's about to be a great look at Brandon. Brandon, show him all. Brandon, tell him where you come from. Brandon, tell him where you repping, Brandon.
I'm repping Jordan, and I got the Chicago Jordan Bulls on. You got the Wizard Jordan jersey on. I'm guessing.
Oh my God!
This is number.
We are repping all Jordan. All Jordan today.
I don't know if y'all can see. That's the Bulls hat right there. That's the Cubs hat. White Sox and Bears. But the Bulls up top, right there.
The Bulls up top. The Bulls on top. That's what this is what we have it today, baby. Listen, y'all always say all we do is talk about LeBron James and we need Michael Jordan to talk about LeBron James. Well, today's gonna be all about Michael Jordan. So we're gonna see what all of you Michael Jordan fans who claim you guys want to talk about Michael Jordan. Today's the show. So we're going to actually have an actual open slot for you. So we're going to put the actual link up. But you have to be a Jordan fan. If you're not a Jordan fan, you can't join the actual panel. So we're going to put the link up for all the Jordan fans. Y'all go ahead and hit the link if you're a Jordan fan. First come, first serve basis. Other than that, you'll sit in the background. So, Travis, what did you have for us today? When you heard that this was going to be a special show just for you, what did you prepare for us? What do you have for us today for Michael Jordan?
I mean, I mean, Craig vaguely said, "Hey, we're gonna do this cool thing. It's gonna be Michael Jordan today," and I'm like, "What rock have we not unturned?" And I mean, what aspect of his game? And honestly, I didn't come with a whole lot today. Brother got married last night, and so I'm
Ooh.
pretty hungover. But I will say, if we're just talking Michael Jordan here, then I don't think we've ever wavered on the stance that I think he's the GOAT. We could pull up the same numbers. I did catch your epic debate though, and I just can't use scoring titles to do it. But I don't think we need to. Well, I'll let some of the other guys. I'll let Craig go first, just so I can collect my thoughts here.
Well,
No doubt.
it really wasn't a show to just talk about. I just like I told Johnny, we're not going to talk about Jordan for 3 hours. I'm not glazing no NBA
Huh?
player that long.
Wait a minute. No,
I'm
no, we're
sorry.
not doing this. You can't do this, Craig.
No.
No. Just like Travis spent the whole week ready to celebrate for his brother's wedding. Shout out to your brother and getting married. Congratulations to them, and hope they have a beautiful marriage and a beautiful life together. We came to have a great show. We have 2.5 hours of Michael Jordan to talk about. If you're telling me Michael Jordan's the GOAT and you can't find 2.5 hours of your time to say something, or at least 1 hour.
Yeah, we could
man.
talk about him for an hour. Like I told you, I really don't want to be speaking about one player for a whole episode. Better than like I said. So we can talk about it, but my thing was to have an episode where there was no Jordan slander. Right? That's what I was really focusing on. An episode where it's GOAT Jordan Kingdom, meaning there's no Zesty Jeffries, there's no competition. We just have a regular show with no Jordan slander.
I didn't even use that.
You can't do 3 hours without talking bad about Jordan. That's why.
Here's what I want to do, Craig. I want to challenge the chat here. First of all, I have a question for the chat. Are you guys gonna let AAR and Adrian Knight just bogart all the questions for my segment every week? Like it's just them. All you guys are like, I know, pretty intelligent dudes in the chat. Like, come up with great questions. Otherwise, it's a contest now. Like, who's the best question? I want like who has the most highest IQ take. For me, like I want to know. Like you just can't let two dudes like run you guys like that. Anyway, and like as far as Michael Jordan goes, like I challenge also. Besides, obviously, we've heard all of their arguments against it. Ajani and B and everything else against me. But I mean, where's the actual? I want to see someone from like when they come up here eventually, actually not just piggyback off arguments you guys have made. Like I want to see a criteria. Like we still really haven't seen that. I've seen vague ones, but tell me why Jordan's not the GOAT, other than in like some using your criteria, which holds true. Otherwise, like I'm not going to really respect it, and I hope Craig isn't either. So I mean, I can tell you why he is the GOAT, but again, come up here and be original.
It sounds like Jordan fans is not really wanting to celebrate Michael Jordan. Where y'all at? Come up and step up to the plate, because Craig does have a criteria to prove that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. We all know Travis will always stand 10 toes down about Michael Jordan being the GOAT. But this is going to be a great show. And you're right, Craig. There's going to be no slander of Michael Jordan today. There will be no dugout for anybody today. Everybody be cool. There's also no LeBron James dugout, as Dawn Marie here has eloquently stated, because LeBron doesn't take breaks. So we won't have that in today's show. It's just going to be about Michael Jordan's greatness. We've heard that Michael Jordan's so great that we should talk about him more. But obviously, I don't know what. No, Brandon and I, we're not allowed to talk about Michael Jordan, right, Brandon? Are we allowed to talk about him today?
Talk about Michael Jordan, it's just not that much. So, can't really talk about three things for over an hour.
It's more than three things. That just don't.
Defensive player.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm ready. That's why I'm ready for it. I'm ready for those. I'm ready for those things.
Yeah,
I'm ready for those things.
I know.
I'm ready.
That's what they claim. Go ahead, John.
Seemed like we can talk about his the gym shoes for 3 hours. I mean, 1 through 14, and we can spend an hour on the number ones. I mean, that's what y'all want to do.
I mean,
No.
listen, man. Listen. Oh, look. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hey, the link is up. Willie would be the perfect guy to have at today's show. Willie would give us 3 hours of material on Michael Jordan for show.
No. Come on, guys.
Show. He said, ask GJK if crime was down when Michael Jordan played. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I did a crime to get this jersey.
So, RJD podcast, yes, you need to come up here. Like I said last week, I don't respect anyone who doesn't come up here to give their take, whether it's for or against us. Like
I think RG. That's casual.
Oh, casual?
I think
you lived up to his
casual.
name. Yeah.
I think that's one of his pages. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. So, like I said, these guys don't be coming up as who they really are.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Do not stay safe in the comments today. We're done with that. Come on.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's mind-boggling. I'm reading the comments, and it's much easier to talk than type. That's why I'm mind-boggling how you could sit up there and be so mad to punch a whole paragraph where you could just click a button and.
Yeah, but Craig, they get to like delete and then think about it. There's nobody firing questions at them. You know, they get to retype. You know, put some emojis, whatever.
And plus, they identify all their false accounts.
Yeah.
Because once you come up as one, then now we're going to know who you are. We're going to realize, oh, you the 5 other accounts that's been typing all them paragraphs every day.
No, but I was thinking over the week. Like I said, I was thinking of this. It's not really a criteria. It's more so like a formula that I was coming up with, and it made sense to a point when you and it's easy that anyone can do. You can do it with any player. You can do it with any category. Now the thing I'm working on is I think I got it down packed with the totals and averages. How I'm gonna work that with a formula, but this is more so with like all NBAs, MVPs, defensive selections, all stars. So I have it on my phone. I was trying to send it to you before we start. But basically this let me get this in my note. I'm gonna send it to you, Ajani. But basically what it is what you did with how many and like for how long time. So for instance, let me give Allen Iverson, he won a league MVP, and we play what 16 seasons? How many seasons?
Yeah, about 16, 17.
17 seasons. So he won one MVP out of the 17 seasons. So basically, the formula is whatever award you won divided by how many seasons you played. If the reward came in the middle of your career, like the defensive teams came in 69. That was Bill last year, and Wilt rookie year. So Bill, he made all defensive, so he would get. Unfortunately, he retired too that year, so he would get 100 because the only time he played, he got the award. He got the award. There was no other time he get it, so it would qualify. And for instance, Wilt Chamberlain, he played 5 seasons with that new award. So instead of doing one. He won the award 3 times. So instead of doing it 3 out of the one time, you do it 3 out of the 5 seasons he was eligible to get it, and you just do that with every player. But I'm trying to send it in there. I'm trying to send it to Johnny in my note so you can see the numbers. I did Kareem, Wilt, Bill, Bron, Kobe, Stockton, just to see how it works with someone who doesn't have that much awards, to see how the numbers would run, and Kareem, and the numbers make sense based on, and it does, like I said, it doesn't matter if you played 15 seasons or 22 seasons. It's about what you actually did in those seasons.
All right. Let me start these guys off as a baseline really fast, just to answer some questions here in the chat, because I haven't done this for a while, just because it gets redundant, especially when it's just going to be people the people in chat talking, I know that they'll come up. So Jordan, I think, is the GOAT because, and I don't care whether or not you respect analytics or not, because if you don't, you're a clown who doesn't know the game. They're not the entire end all be all, but Jordan, if you want to talk about measurable impact, things like that to the team, where the numbers are coming from, the on-off percentage, things like that. Obviously, we've seen a surge from like Jokic, things like that. But will he have a career that did it like Mike? No. But when we talk about things like box plus minus, win shares for 48, things like that, offensive and defensive, things like, and Michael Jordan was dominating in these things throughout basically his entire peak, which arguably was from like 87 to what, like 98, or basically when he retired. Now, these things tell us what a player was doing on the court for the most part. Averages you can use, sure. Totals, I think, are a mark of consistency, yes. So you don't want to discredit anything, but when you actually take a look at most of the players that we talk about, not just Michael Jordan and LeBron James, but these players, why do we consider them top 10? Because of their impact of the game, because of their averages, because of their entire resumes, right? And no one had again higher peak analytically, or as far as racking up accolades during those times than Michael Jordan. LeBron, obviously, I think he's a close second or third. You can say maybe Kareem during his 10-year stretch, but I think Mike was just a little bit more consistent as far as when you look at the overall numbers. It's very close, though. Like I said, you can have those three interchangeable, but look at the combination of accolades too. Again, he had like 10 all defensive first or 9 all defensive first teams, the most in history, is tied with like 3 other players. He has a DPOY. I don't care what you want to say about it. He has the 5 MVPs. Was tied for second most ever, 6 Finals MVPs. So his resume is basically almost untouchable. Like, who's going to come close to it? Kareem has the 6 MVPs, but just 2 Finals MVPs. Arguably, he had 3. I think it was Rob with 1. Finals MVPs aren't, I don't think, the most important thing. I think MVPs are, but they're a mark of dominance, maybe the cherry on top, because you were the alpha dog leading your team there, most likely. Again, I think he has 11 All NBA selections. Basically coincided with his entire prime when he wasn't injured. And like, again, he was analytically just a monster. So when you have, it's a tough thing to find another player like that dominated all these categories. You want to look at the way we objectively rank players, or are supposed to. Okay. And until someone comes up and said, no, here's a criteria that I can span across all these other players, I really don't want to have a conversation, other than, you're going to ask me 1 or 2 questions and try to nitpick, but you need to come up with something yourself, because that's why Mike's the GOAT, and it's not going to change for me.
So, you said Michael Jordan's resume is untouched. What is untouched that you're talking about?
So when you look at just the overall weight of it, like I said, no one's going to have the same combination of all NBAs plus as many MVPs, as many final MVPs on the defensive side of the ball too. Like, I get it, these are all voted on, but just the sheer consistency, and he's winning these things again across his career, which was really only 14 years, or full season, I should say. But like, who else is gonna come close to that? LeBron had a fantastic career. He obviously hasn't done yet, but I don't think he's going to win another MVP. So 4 finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, 6 selections defensively.
So
So
I do have a question about that. So are you saying that the all defensive team is more important than like stats?
no, didn't say that at all.
You say what?
Didn't say that at all.
I'm saying, would you say that stats is not as important as someone who's all defensive?
No, not at all. Because if you're, like I said, we can differentiate this too, because these people that we're talking about, they have the stats. Jordan has one of the best stat lines in history. Like, on, what are you talking? His PER says that too. Like, even if we ignore PER, his averages are amazing. Just like anyone else we talk about who's in the top 10 that we're gonna, and like, even especially if we look at peak and prime, which I like to do,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think that your final average is indicative of who you were as a player. Like certainly not of like that's true of Kobe, that's true of Kareem, certainly true of people like Shaq, who's their averages went down obviously as they aged. LeBron's really the only outlier there. It's true of like people like Larry Bird, but I mean like it's like with Jordan, you don't have to be like, oh, is this isn't because it's like a full resume on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, and with all the awards that we look to stack. I just think that he has the best combination across the board of any player we've seen of everything, except for totals. Obviously, the total argument I don't think doesn't really factor into me, but Mike's
It
resume,
can't
who's on
factor
top of
if you're not near in totals. It shouldn't factor in.
it? Mm-hmm.
Listen, you sound. I ain't gonna lie. You sound boring as hell, Travis. I don't want to hear you saying this crap about Michael Jordan. You say the same thing about analytics. We got Wally Lancaster in the building. Shout out to Wally. Wally, let them know what's going on because we supposed to be talking about Michael Jordan's greatness, and like you said, ain't nobody talking about Michael Jordan's greatness, man. What's going on, Wally? Thank you for joining us again on another great Sunday afternoon. What's good,
my
friend?
partner was about to tell you why he was the greatest.
Hey, look, let me hit you like this. Shout out to the brothers in the chat and the soul brother that was just talking because he showed know what he talking about. I just don't look. I done already told you, man. To be a legitimate, right, person that should be allowed to speak on sports, right? Man, you got to be in the trenches, man. You know, most of these guys are like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith can't play mumbling peg, but he got the gift of gab, and he know how to snitch, and he know how to talk, okay? But knowing the game of basketball or knowing football or knowing boxing or hockey and all these sports that we enjoy, you got to get your ass on that floor. See what I'm saying? You got to get on the floor, know what it feels like to run into a Shaq elbow, know what it feels like to hit a game-winning shot. These people don't know what they're talking about because they ain't never did it. They sitting home at a computer, hitting buttons, stat guys. Man, analytics don't mean shit when you hit that goddamn floor. You understand what I'm saying? Look, I'm going to give you a good example. Everybody should know this. I'll use this as an example. On paper, Mike Tyson wasn't supposed to lose to Buster Douglas. It was 40-1 odds. Mike went to jail after he messed that money up. After he got knocked out by a bum. And then the same bum that knocked Mike Tyson out, Holyfield came and knocked him out. So that trashes the analytics and all the stats. I can't stand analytics and stats. Because I've seen too many guys on paper, they look like they could roll. They look like they could play like a motherfucker. But when they hit the floor, they don't do shit. You see what I'm saying? Prime example is the guy that they try to say was the next Michael Jordan. I forget the brother's name. He was on the Olympic team. And Magic Johnson had to put him in his place.
Anthony Edwards.
Oh,
yeah,
Anthony Edwards. You talking about the young fella? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. He was talking trash, and then Magic simply told the nigga, he's like, "Hey man, you gotta win before you start talking. At least win something before you start talking." He ain't won nothing. And LeBron James, man, they cold-blooded carrying LeBron now. They cold-blooded carrying LeBron now. I'm gonna tell you why they carrying him. Because they done stuck his son out there as a gimmick to build the legacy of LeBron.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold it for a minute, man.
Hold on. We supposed to be talking about Jordan's greatness.
I'm getting ready to tell you. I'm getting ready to tell you about the greatness. I'm going to tell you. If you let me, hey, look, let me lay my robe down so you won't be kicking them no dust when you run out of the neighborhood.
You're supposed to be giving us meals with bread around here, brother.
Let me put some tar down.
Let me put some tar down. Put it down there. Hurry up. Put it down. Come on now.
Let me put. Who's a Russia? Who's Russian? You Russian?
You already know who this is. Man. You already know who this is. Don't start with me, Wally.
But I'm saying, cool your heels, man. I had to get you last time, man. You come on here wearing all them jerseys and stuff, and you can't play. You remind me of the guy used to come to the park every afternoon. This dude would go to the Models or back then I forget what kind of sports stores we had around in our neighborhood. He would come down there dressed like you dressed, man, with a uniform on.
Yeah,
But he
like
couldn't
Michael
play
Jordan.
a lick. And he couldn't understand that he was standing there every day in that hot sun and wouldn't nobody pick him up. But he looked like he could play because he had on a wristband. He had on some brand new shit. He would always have a good ball, so we used his ball. But he never played. You see what I'm saying? Most of these guys never played. What makes Jordan so great is that he done it on every level. I seen him when he was in high school. I seen him when he was in college, up close and personal. I seen him when he played against a teammate of mine named Lynn Bias. I saw that up close. I saw him in the pros. I seen LeBron. LeBron got so many deficiencies, man, it ain't funny, man. LeBron is a big athlete, and he played bully ball. He played just the way he's supposed to play, downhill, strong.
It's a Jordan, go Jordan Kingdom. We're talking about LeBron. Again.
Yeah, because the debate is always about the
There's
comparison
no debate
is always
Wiley,
about
there's
Jordan.
no debate.
The comparison is always about Jordan and LeBron and King James. Man, that dude, man, Stephon Curry, hold up, man. Stephon Curry spanked him. Dirk Lewinsky spanked him. Big Tim Duncan and company, they spanked him. What the hell you think Jordan was going to do to that to LeBron? He was going to crush him.
Same thing he did against Isaiah Thomas. Fold.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Isaiah Thomas, Magic, and Bird, that was an error. That Michael Jordan dominated the 90s. He dominated. Look, if his father don't, I don't know how that happened. I don't know nothing about the murder. But if Jordan's father didn't pass and he had continued to play and didn't take that hiatus those 2 years,
Jordan was going to quit anyway. He already said
he was going to win. No, I got that, but he was going to win 8 straight.
He said he was going to quit. That's
all right, that's cool in the game, but he didn't quit. He didn't quit. He came back and won 3 straight.
He did quit.
What is what I'm saying? He didn't quit.
8 in a row.
Okay, listen what I'm saying. He didn't quit because he came back, right?
Yeah, he quit.
You understand that part?
He quit multiple times. It's
okay,
cool.
But he came back and played, right? So when did he quit?
93, 98.
That was his last game?
And then he got fired.
Then he played with the Wizards, though, right?
Yeah. And he got fired.
So when did he quit? That's what I asked you. When did he quit?
I got the jersey from.
All right. When did he quit?
93, 98. Then he got fired.
His father passed away. We all know the facts. He set out for 2 years. He had already won 3 straight. He set out 2 years, came back, lost, and won 3 straight. He would have won 8 straight.
We don't know that.
He could.
Okay,
he could,
I agree. We don't know. We don't know because he didn't play. We don't know because he didn't play. But
because he quit.
Right, because he quit. Okay, I'll give you that.
Taking a break. He was taking a
break.
But
he came back and won 3 straight. What you got to say about that?
It happened.
All right.
It was nice.
And he did it in the 90s. Oh, he did it in the 90s. So you got from 92,
it was like
91, 92, 93, I don't know the full years, but somewhere in there you got 6 wins. So it ain't but is in a decade. So the
that's
Rockets
all a
won
decade
2.
is 10 years. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, what does that do for Jordan? That doesn't make him the greatest.
Well, one thing we can't do, one thing we won't be able to do. We can come on here and talk about the analytics. We can talk about stats, which I think is a bunch of bullshit.
Stats are done. You can't talk about that.
LeBron James. I'm gonna tell you why. Hold it
We're
for a
supposed
second.
to be talking about Michael Jordan. That's
I'm telling you about it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because LeBron James, compared to Michael Jordan, if you let me finish, compared to Michael Jordan, LeBron is the best scorer in the NBA. They got that on record. But he don't score. But he couldn't score. And Michael Jordan led the league in scoring for 10 years. And Michael Jordan scored. Hold it though. Let me finish so y'all can hear my point. Michael Jordan scoring led the championships. LeBron's scoring, he got his ass kicked, man. It is what it is. But you can't change the facts.
LeBron got no championships?
Wait.
He got 4.
Michael Jordan led to titles, but LeBron James titles didn't lead to titles. I'm confused.
Man, that dude got a championship during the bubble season when everybody was sick, had corona. That championship right there, I'm gonna ask you a question. that championship that LeBron won when COVID happened, right? That reminds me, because the other day y'all was talking football. That was good. Let me say something with you. LeBron James won one of his championships in the bubble when everybody was sick. Niggas couldn't breathe. He was going to the hospital. LeBron James won that championship. That is the equivalent to, and I'm a Redskin fan. That was equivalent to, y'all remember, when John Riggins, the Diesel, when the Redskins won the championship during the scab season. Y'all remember that?
Can I ask you something?
No,
Wally,
I mean,
we're not
nobody
72,
cares about that.
Do y'all remember that, though?
Nobody
We're
cares
not
about that. Nobody cares
72,
about that.
Wally.
The NBA players said that was
Hold
a
up, man.
tough
Do y'all
championship.
remember when the
The
Redskins
NBA
won the
players
Super
said it
Bowl?
was a tough championship. No,
Do
nobody
y'all
cares
remember
about
when
what
the
happened all the way back
Redskins won
then.
the Super Bowl? Do
Nobody
somebody know that?
cares
Somebody
about
Yeah,
remember
and
that.
that?
everybody
about
counts
that.
it as a Super Bowl win. Everybody
Yeah.
says it's a Super Bowl win.
Nobody
No one
All right,
says
says
then.
nothing
I'm a
negative about it.
Redskin fan, champ. I'm a
Uh-huh.
Redskin champ. I'm a
It's a Super Bowl title. It's just a
I'm
title.
a Commanders fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, man, they was getting people off the trash truck. People was coming out the warehouse
There's
to
always
play
people who sitting on
NFL.
the couch.
Hold it for a second, man. Let me finish.
It
There's
still
always
counts.
people
It
who
still
sitting on
counts.
the couch.
It still
Let
counts.
me finish, man.
I never heard someone say that.
I know
That
y'all
Super
don't
Bowl
want to hear
counts.
this. I know y'all
You never
LeBron
heard
James
one
don't want to
person
hear
say it
this,
don't
but
count.
it's the
But
equivalent.
why? Oh wait, but Wally, why you keep bringing up LeBron James on the show that's about Michael
Because
Jordan?
Because I'm making a
that's the only way he
comparison.
could compare.
I'm
Why
That's
you
making
the
a
only
gotta
way he
compare him
could
to
compare Jordan.
LeBron? Why you gotta compare him to
That's the
LeBron?
only
Why
way
can't
you
you
I'm
can
compare him to
compare
comparing
Kobe?
and contrasting.
Compare him
That's
to
the only
Kobe.
way you can
So
compare
compare him
Jordan.
to Kobe. So
Ain't no
compare him to
comparison
Kobe.
with Kobe.
You
Kobe
can't.
Why
fell
not?
off.
You can't. Because he cannot.
Kobe came as close. Kobe is about as close. Kobe is about as close to Michael Jordan than anybody else in the league, right?
And LeBron dominated him.
Because say what
And
now?
LeBron dominated him. So you can't use Kobe because LeBron
What you mean
dominated him.
LeBron dominated him? LeBron ain't dominated
NBA
nobody.
dominated him.
Let me tell you something, man. I don't know what, and I always say this when I come up here and get on these sports channels, right? On
I mean,
YouTube.
I hope you do
Michael
better than
Jordan,
you've been doing.
Kobe
This is
Bryant.
terrible.
Kobe Bryant. I didn't think Kobe Bryant was that good, right? He ain't impressed me like
Clearly
that.
not.
But you know
He
what I
wasn't
saw him
nowhere
do?
near.
You know what I saw Kobe Bryant do? You know what I saw Kobe Bryant do? And I had
Win
I
title
had to
for
take
Shaq.
I started watching
Lose
him a
a
little
3-1 lead
differently,
to
right?
Phoenix. Lose a
Huh?
3-1
Win
lead
title
to
for Shaq.
When they was in the Olympics, and all of them great players that he was playing with, D Wade was on there, Carmelo was on there, LeBron James was on there. I don't know who the big was, but the
Dwight Howard.
game got tight and the buttholes got tight, and Kobe Bryant pulled them niggas. And let me say, he put them on his back. I said, "Oh shit!" And guess what?
You didn't
I
watch
ain't
the
never
game.
seen LeBron do that.
You
The
didn't watch
Olympics
the
that
game.
just passed. We had Olympics just passed. They was
You
just
didn't watch
over there in France. They was playing basketball over there in France, right? For the Olympics. If it don't be for Stephon, the red kid, 3-point specialist, Curry, they wouldn't have won.
Why are we still talking LeBron James? I
We
don't
talking
get this.
LeBron
Talking
James
about the
because
Olympic
I'm trying
MVP?
to show you
Are
what
you
he is
talking about
not.
the Olympic
I'm trying
MVP?
to show you what he is not.
You talking about the Olympic MVP, right?
No,
Is
what
that
you
what you're
showing
talking
us?
about?
He ain't
You
deserved that.
clearly
Whoever said
showing
that,
us.
whoever brought up the MVP,
Wait. Hold on,
whoever
Wally,
brought up the
Wally.
Are
MVP
you
that they
talking about the
gave to
Olympic
LeBron because because Nike was mad.
MVP?
Look,
No, you're talking about
how
the
you gonna win
Olympic
an
MVP,
He
NBA
right?
said
championship?
Nike. Nike didn't get Jordan no MVP.
Hold it though. How you gonna win an NBA championship, right? And you can't play on the Olympic team? That dude Brown, I forget his name.
What?
He was the NBA finalist,
Oh, Jaylen Brown.
MVP.
You don't
But
even know
talking
the
about Brown, I
names you
forget the
want to
boy
talk
name.
about. You don't even know the names.
I know. See, man, I ain't
Craig.
into that.
Craig.
You into that. I'm
Do you
not
watch
no reporter, man.
Do you
Craig.
watch
I played.
basketball?
I ain't got to
I'm
do
serious
that.
because I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? You don't know the boy Brown that played
You
for
don't even
the
know
Celtics?
players' names. You don't
You
even
don't know the
who
boy
plays
Brown that played
for
for the Celtics?
I know a lot of people
Okay.
last name Brown.
Okay, let's be specific then.
You
Do
know
you
what I'm
know the
saying?
Brown that was sitting at the game with Angel
Jaylen
Reese and
Brown,
that
who
pretty
is
red
not on the
girl?
Olympic
That
team.
Brown.
Yes, Jaylen Brown, who's not
Oh,
on the
wait.
Olympic team.
Wait.
Yes.
So
There
now
is
you
no
want to
Hold
control
it
say
in
for a
the
that
second.
show.
you
Oh, wait. There
Brown,
is no
let's
control in the
clarify what I'm
show.
talking about.
Wait. There is no control in the show because this is supposed to be a Jordan fan show.
I'm breaking it down to you.
If this
You
was
can talk
GOAT
about
James
LeBron
Kingdom,
anytime.
we would have a constructed show. It's just like when Michael Jordan get on the court. He just start jacking up a bunch of shots, and everybody else got to figure it out. So y'all
Let me
got to
tell you
figure
something,
it out.
man.
Wiley
tell you
is doing
something.
his
I
thing. He's
seen Jordan
taking
play.
shot after shot after shot.
Yeah,
and
I
it's a
seen
brick
Jordan play.
after brick after brick.
All right.
All because
I
he
seen
just-
Jordan play.
That's all
I've
that matters.
seen
He's seen
Jordan play,
play.
and
That's all
I
that
have
matters.
I've seen LeBron play. I've seen Magic play.
I
I've
got
seen
LeBron
Hondo
again.
Havlicek play.
LeBron
I've
played
seen
LeBron.
JoJo, what's that boy? JoJo
JoJo
White
White.
play. I've
Come
seen
on.
all that, man. And LeBron James is about 9 or 10, Joe.
This
He
guy.
about 9 or 10. The dude named Jalen Brown. That's his name, Jalen Brown. He was sitting there with Angel
we
Reese and that other
said
pretty
that like
girl.
10 times, but it's cool.
Now we supposed to pay attention to who he's sitting next to.
Getting stupid about a
I'll
fucking
be
second.
paying attention to everything, man. You gotta pay attention. You gotta have your head on
You ain't
swivel.
paying
If you
attention-
ever played
you ain't paying
football,
attention
enough.
if you ever played football,
You ain't paying
and
attention
if you
to
ever
enough.
Now you
boxed,
go to football
you
now.
gotta have
Now
your
you
head
go
on
to
the
football.
swivel,
Well,
champ.
y'all got to understand. Wiley is an old school guy. Wiley, like he said, he's played in the '80s. He's played college. Him and Brandon are the two that can talk the most here, because you say a lot of crap, Wiley, but Brandon has played at your level and at a high level as well. So you can't come up here acting
Where
like
did
none of
Brandon
us
play?
can-
Oh, well, let me talk to Brandon. Where Brandon play at?
Okay, you want to talk to Brandon? You want to solo with Brandon? Is that what you want?
No, who is? I mean, is Brandon? Is he one of these
This
guys?
is Brandon right here, and you and
Let's
Brandon
see.
can have the one-on-one. You want
Okay,
that?
Brandon, where'd you play at, Brandon? Let me ask the
Hawaii.
man a question. Let me
In
ask the
Hawaii.
man a question. You brought him up. Brandon, where you play at, brother?
I said in Hawaii.
You played in Hawaii? What year?
Mm-hmm. What you say?
What year? Okay,
2005.
I played 85. I played 85 through
I know
89. That's what's on.
I know you played 40 years ago. I know.
When you play?
I just told you.
I played
You
from
played,
98
you played
to
at Hawaii.
01.
When you played? What
I
year?
played from 98 to 01.
90 what?
I played from 98 to 01.
98 to 01. You was
Yeah.
a starter.
Yes,
How much you average?
17.
Oh, you can play a little bit. What position you play?
Point guard.
Oh shit, I would have ate your ass up. You a little
No,
guy.
you wouldn't have.
All right.
Yeah, you
Come
will.
on. Let's
Hey,
go
how
ahead.
tall are you? How tall are you, Brandon?
Talking about. Let's
How tall are
let's
you?
get back to the nonsense. With me, I'm 6'5". Come on, let's get back to the nonsense you're
Oh
talking.
yeah, I'd have took advantage of you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's the 85
Yeah.
stuff.
That's what you think. That's what you
What's
think.
your last name? Cause I'm gonna look you up.
Lee.
And
Brandon
Gasky.
Lee.
And Gaskew.
Brandon Lee. That's your name?
Oh,
Hey,
come
Wiley,
on, man.
I
Let's
looked you
get
up,
back to
Wiley.
basketball.
I know
I
it's easy
looked
to
you
look
up.
me up, man. All you
I
gotta
didn't
put my
find
name in
you.
the
I
Google,
didn't
my
find.
shit pop
I
up.
didn't find no Wiley Lancaster nowhere. I didn't find no Wiley
Jordan Caden.
Walford. I don't know. I didn't find no Lancaster nowhere. You,
Hey man,
you
I
are
took
nowhere to be
Stephon
found.
Curry daddy place. I took Stephon
You-
Curry's dad. You know
Oh, here you go
Stephon
with the
Curry, don't you?
stories. Here
You
go
know
with the
Stephon Curry,
stories.
right?
All right, we don't
Hold
want to
up,
hear
man.
your
My man
stories.
just made a
We
claim.
don't
I'm
want to
gonna
hear
clean him
your
up.
stories.
You know Stephon Curry, don't you?
This LeBron.
I don't know
and
Wiley can't.
Jordan,
Wiley
You don't know
Lancaster.
Stephon Curry? I took
I
his
don't know
father's
Wiley
place. Dale
Lancaster.
Curry.
I only
You
know
know
you
Dale
from
Curry, right?
FYF.
I just
You
want
know
to hear
Dale Curry, right?
I'm just waiting on this plane to land.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
No
anyway,
plan. We
he
supposed to be
said-
doing a Jordan show. We would have been
it
had a
is.
better
Yeah,
show
I
for
got
y'all.
you,
Cause
Jordan.
we
But look, man,
listen.
if
listen.
Jordan played in this era, if Jordan played in this era right here, if he played in this
Mhm.
era right here, this watered down European style of basketball where you get a hard foul, but all 4 or 3 of the referees got to go to the camera to see how hard you got fouled. That's crazy. That ain't basketball, man. Get your ass up on if it's a foul. Go to the free throw line. You injured. Go to the bench. You can't holler it out here. Go to the bench. It's European style, man. European style basketball. Soft as butter. Soft.
It's crazy.
What I have to do with
They
anything.
softened the game to help the Europeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What-
Exactly.
what that
And
do with
that is the
Wiley.
era. That is the era that LeBron James is playing in, and he couldn't dominate. Jordan played in man, they was nasty out there, man. I played in
They
the era.
softened the game. They started the
softened
flagrant
game,
foul
Wiley.
in 91.
Stop fibbing, Wiley. Stop
What
fibbing.
I'm
all right?
saying to you is,
You're
it was
fibbing.
a physical game. Any professional athlete that played back then will tell you that. You can look at the television if you know anything about basketball. This basketball style of play that they playing now, you got centers shooting threes, man. Centers used to
Because
They can
rebound.
shoot it.
Because they
shoot
couldn't
it.
do it back then. because they're more
You couldn't
skilled
do
now.
it.
Simple.
You
Man,
couldn't
you
shoot
That's
it.
had
simple. They're
centers
more
that
skilled
could
now.
shoot threes.
You
But
can't shoot
it
threes.
was a difference. Look, it was a
They couldn't
different.
do
You
it.
had centers that could shoot threes.
Jordan
You
couldn't
couldn't
shoot
shoot
threes. He
No,
was a
threes,
guard.
hold up, man. Hold up, man.
Wally,
Jordan
you
couldn't shoot
can't
threes. He
shoot
was a
threes.
guard.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was shooting an 18-foot hook. What
You
talking
ain't
about?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And that wasn't a three.
You're not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, nor is Michael Jordan.
I'm not talking about that. He's talking about they shoot. It's Europe. It's a European style of basketball, soft as butter. If you foul somebody once, they go to the screen. If you foul them hard again, you out the game.
Fouling is
Because of
not
Michael
basketball.
Jordan. That's because of
Fouling is
Michael
not
Jordan.
basketball.
Fouling ain't
They had to
basketball.
stop the
Everybody
game
get
because of
5 or
Jordan.
6 of them, don't they?
What rule is that you talking
So you
about?
out there, so you out there giving 6 fouls and you congratulate people for getting 6 fouls?
Look, man. Like I'm gonna tell you again. The era
Fouling
that
out
I
is
played
bad.
in.
You should be
the era
fouling
that
out in no
listen,
game.
bro, I'm gonna tell you the era that I played in.
Mhm.
It wasn't a soft brand of basketball. It wasn't
Yeah,
a
in the
European
era you
style.
played in, we could smoke
It
in
wasn't a
airplanes
European
and in
style of
cars. You can't do
basketball,
that no
brother.
more because that wasn't
The
smart.
guys
It
that are
wasn't
playing
intelligent.
now, the guys that are playing now,
Uh-huh.
when they get fouled, the referees run to the camera to make a determination on how hard the foul was. What the hell is that?
That's called a flagrant foul. They created that because of Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean, what you talking
Jordan
about?
played in the real era. Jordan played against the bad boy Pistons, right? So you
was
can't trick
And he
bad boys.
lost
kept
against the
losing.
bad boy
And he
Pistons
kept
when they
losing. Then he
added
started
flagrant
complaining.
fouls.
Miss me with
Then
that.
he started
If the
complaining.
bad
Wally,
boy
you-
Pistons
Wally,
was
you had
playing right now.
Wally, you had your chance, Wally. I'm sorry, you had your chance.
I mean,
We're gonna let you go.
you're
If the
doing
bad
bad.
boy
Thank you so
You're
much,
doing
Pistons
sir.
was
bad.
playing
You're
now,
doing bad. You gotta go.
Holy
You gotta
shit.
go. You gotta go, buddy.
This
Guys,
is your
that was-
fault. I'm blaming Craig and I'm
How? I
blaming
don't have
Travis.
to go out and big kick
We
the
had
ball.
a
I don't
whole
have no
we have a
control
whole
over
week.
it.
We had a whole week for you guys to give us a show. We need
Give me
somebody to talk
moderator
about Michael
privileges,
Jordan.
please.
Somebody talking. Travis is sitting there rambling about analytics, and then nobody want to care about no analytics. Jordan fans don't care about no goddamn analytics.
I don't even know
We
what
ain't
analytics
supposed to be
are.
talking
Jordan
about.
fans have no clue
We
what it
want
is.
to talk about Michael Jordan. Can anybody step up to the plate and talk about Michael Jordan? Because this is an opportunity for you to. Brandon and I gave the whole week off. We took off the week. We said Jordan Day. We trusted you, Craig. We trusted you, Travis, to bring up something about Michael Jordan. You guys are mad that Wally Lancaster out here making Jordan look bad. It's not our fault. He's the real Jordan fan.
That's one word
I'm
for
not
it.
because I can't use the word. You know the word I want to use. I can't use it. So he's a Jordan fan.
Casual.
He's a Jordan fan, and I got nothing but respect for Wally Lancaster because he's an old school man. He gonna have his beliefs. You can't change him. He still thinks Santa Claus is coming. Ain't nobody can stop that. Nobody can stop that. Nobody can stop that.
This can't be real life. Like, you're telling me there isn't one in our chat, there isn't one educated
No.
fan who happens to have Mike as the GOAT, but who can talk basketball without these stupid fucking narratives that we've just
Who
heard
needs
for the
them if
last
they
5
got
minutes.
you? Who needs them if they got you?
It's what?
Okay, so let's do this. Travis, you did call out Casual. Casual is was it RJ Podcast? Oh my God, how many channels do you run, Casual?
No, I run a lot. And by the way, I got smoke with you and Johnny crazy too, because
What?
y'all need to stop
What?
exposing when I'm in the chat. Damn.
See, that's what I told y'all. These motherfuckers got so many accounts. Now we have
Damn.
identified all his secret identities. Now
Now I'm gonna make another one. This is some bullshit. Anyway, but no, I really came up here because Travis called me out, which is crazy because we literally do a Discord after you guys' show every Sunday, and Travis never comes in with that type of energy. But here we are. All I know is
Discord.
if you come, yes, you're literally in the Discord because you come in and you shout us out. But I will say this: if you plan on trying to put me down with that argument that you made just a little while ago before Wally came on, you got to do better than that, brother. I'm sorry.
What argument? Which one?
About why Jordan's the GOAT because of analytics and you shunning
Just prove it.
longevity.
What's your criteria?
My criteria is longevity. Actually, I'll give you the exact look. My definition is how impactful you were. How long were you able to play at a high level? What did that look like? How long were you able to sustain that level of excellence? Were you able to transfer that level of excellence into the postseason? Not necessarily skill, just how impactful you were at the game of basketball.
Okay, so who's your top 5 then?
LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant.
Ooh, shots
Okay.
fired. Shots fired.
So nothing to do with awards, just
No.
Okay, just numbers, sheer numbers, longevity.
A high level of your impact. Now, all NBAs, I actually value more than some people because it shows how high of a level you was able to play at for like an extended period of time.
But I'm confused. Everybody
So
says
how do you
Lord
get Kobe
you
Bryant
value-
top five? I'm gonna see.
You said
Go
you
ahead, go ahead,
value
Craig.
all NBAs?
I value all NBAs, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Craig. Craig, what you
Go ahead,
say?
Craig.
I'm just saying, why is you said your longevity? So what makes Jordan number 2? Because everyone you name played longer than him. So what makes him number 2 and not Tim Duncan or Kareem?
Well, actually, Tim Duncan is third, and because of the era, Sturdy will tell you. I do take into account the era in which you played in, how difficult that era was, the degree of difficulty, the level of competition, how you play your playoff translation in that particular era. And when it comes to Michael Jordan, I go back and forth between him and Tim Duncan, just simply because even though I think 2000s is the most difficult era,
Facts.
I think Jordan dominated at such a high level with his playoff translation in the 90s that it sort of becomes hard to ignore. Add to the fact that he was able to dominate specifically in 98. Is basically the fact that he was able to translate in 98, particularly when Scottie Pippen has a bad back. Dennis Rodman is not the player that he once was, and he was still able to go against that Utah Jazz team. And talking about the finals particularly, but him to be able to go against the Utah Jazz in the 98 finals and being able to be the scoring focal point while also stepping up on the defensive end, that is what keeps him like sort of a slight edge above Tim Duncan. But trust me, I'm like one more thing of me finding out about the 90s from me putting Tim Duncan over him too.
But why not Kareem? Or
Kareem, I just don't value the 70s nearly as much. When you talk about an era for like half of that decade in which the ABA and the NBA is split, it wasn't until like later on in the 70s in which the merger came in. That's like at that point, it's like you dominated that early 70s. How impactful was that when the real competition wasn't even in that era? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not truly even though I value Kareem's first ring. I'm sorry, I'm not really giving kudos for beating the Washington Bullets. I'm sorry.
Yo, shots fired. Yo, y'all thought I'd be ready for the smoke. Casual be ready for the smoke. So Casual, would you like to have a one-on-one with Casual, Travis, a debate? Would y'all like to debate
Certainly.
one another?
Anytime.
On analytics and why it
Sounds
means
like light
something or
work.
not? So we're not right now. We're not doing that right now. We're gonna have to set that up because we all can do that in the background. So I'm gonna let you go.
Hey, at least Casual has
not
a
Jordan
criteria.
fan.
That's more than we could say for 95% of the people that we encounter.
like I
So
said,
I respect that to a degree. I think it's a terrible criteria, but we'll talk about that later.
Right,
So
ahead,
I mean, it's I get it. But like I said, always said, it's like everyone's top 5 or top 10 or whatever who you have above.
There's no world where Kobe's a top 5 player.
Listen, I don't get crap. He got LeBron as the GOAT. Bye Casual. This is GOAT Jordan Kingdom. Let's bring up a Jordan fan. We ain't got no time for all you LeBron fans coming up here explaining why LeBron is so great. Hey, we got my boy. We know y'all know who this is. We do the Lord's work on a Sunday afternoon, and we got a
What's
real
going on,
Michael
Johnny?
Jordan fan.
What's going
What's
on?
up, man? It's good. GOAT Jordan Kingdom, Blue Ball.
Yeah, it's what it is. It is what it is, man. But I you know what? I'm doing the Lord's work today. I'm really doing the Lord's work today. I came up here to save Travis. I came up here to save Craig. Because that guy, Wally Lamecaster, was all over the goddamn place. He was all over the goddamn place, man. I mean, he couldn't even explain. Right. No, I said Lamecaster. Lamecaster. Because all this guy do is like run and ramble about how his hair is so much better and he was better at basketball than anybody else. He probably didn't even play. He's over here telling fibs, telling stories, and all that stuff. This is what I'm saying about JDRs and Michael Jordan fans. They rely on narratives. They rely on stories. They rely on fibs and all that stuff. It's like we watching a Marvel movie and shit. Straight up. He didn't mention the fact Michael Jordan, 6-time Finals MVPs, 10 scoring titles, 9 times All Defensive Team, The first player in league history to win Defensive Player of the Year and an MVP in the same season, right? He didn't mention none of that stuff. All he did was mention how it was so much tougher in the 90s, so much tougher in the 80s, and this era is soft and all this BS. Like, come on, man. None of these guys watch the game, man. They literally do not watch the game, man. They don't watch the game, man. You know that. Y'all know that. But these guys, like, they all over the damn place, man. It's like I can't even hear him. I can't even, when Lamar be having these live streams to be fighting these idiots on, man. I tune that joker out because I don't want to hear the nonsense. I do not want to hear the nonsense. These cats do not talk basketball. They talk about, well, stats and everything is lame and boring, but, you know, it's all about the eye test. Genius, stats is the eye test. The stats are the eye test, genius. Why? How do you think we measure, how else do we think we measure players, period? Whether it be present, past, or present, stats is always going to be a key in everything. You know,
can't get the awards without the stats. That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If we go by the so-called eye test, right? We go by the so-called eye test that they talking about. How are you going to determine somebody's actually going to be an MVP or something? How are you going to determine somebody's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, All Defensive Team, All NBA First Team, all that jazz? Come on, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm still trying to figure out if that's Wally in the picture of him. I don't know, man.
Man, that ain't his ass. I bet you that's photoshopped. That joker is photoshopped. I'm willing to bet you that's photoshopped. Straight up.
Man. Well, so Blue Boat, listen. Today's show is supposed to be about Michael Jordan. We had stepped aside to let Michael Jordan fans talk about how Michael Jordan's great and what makes him the GOAT of basketball and why people love him so much. So like you said, you've always been a Michael Jordan fan. Can you lay out some just guidelines on why he's just the greatest player ever?
Well, me personally, man, I think he's had the highest peak of any player in history, right? Outside of maybe you can make an argument for Kareem, LeBron, Hakeem Olajuwon, and all those guys and all that stuff. And, you know, plus his peak translated into success, team success also. You know, I mean, a lot of people had team success and everything. A lot of players have team success, but his was compacted together in such a time frame as to where all the accolades, all the awards, all the games, all the W's all came together at a certain point where his peak, he peaked the highest. He peaked the highest, in my opinion. I mean, LeBron has the longevity aspect of it. Kareem has the longevity aspect of it. But as far as like in peak, I value peak and prime more than anything. You know what I mean? What you did in your peak, what you did in your prime, and longevity is like an extension of that. Because, you know, eventually players fall off. Players eventually tail off.
What is Jordan's peak? What is Jordan's peak to you?
Jordan's peak, I want to put 87 in there, but really 87 was like the beginning. But I say about 88 to about like 93. Them 5 years was actually the actual peak of peak basketball. That was peak Jordan. He could do it all. You know what I mean? You know, you get that phrase of, he was the utility man, right? Whatever the team needed, he provided. You know what I mean? You know, that's why a lot of these so-called Michael Jordan fans don't bring up the triple-double he averaged in March of 1989. When they had all the injuries and everything, and, you know, what was it? Sam Vincent was out with injury. What? John Paxson? I mean, John, you from Chicago. You remember that time, right? Who was out? Who was out? You know, Doug Collins had him playing point guard, right?
He had him handling the ball basically. I mean, the offense was surrounded around Jordan anyway.
Right,
so Collins had no problem just giving him the ball anyway. And the hard part about it made it easier for teams to guard Jordan. But Jordan did.
That was
Jordan did get off in that period. Yeah, he did get off.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah, he was a triple-double, you know, that entire, what was that, 89, March, April of 89? Because that was like close to the playoffs and everything, right? Yeah. It was close to the playoffs and like, you know, I think it was Sam Vincent that was hurt Was
He
it
was
Sam Vincent that
Russell
was hurt?
Westbrook. Yeah, he was Russell Westbrook basically during that time period.
Yeah, he was
Pretty
basically.
much. But my point was like the reference utility man. He says utility man. You know, what I mean, whatever the team needed and team lacked, he covered that particular area.
That's the season he averaged 32, 8, and 8.
Think so. I think yeah.
That's that season.
I don't know. It just smart. For me, I said Jordan. He made it. Now everybody who has a legitimate argument to
I could probably beat Wally Lancaster my damn self. What is he talking about? I played like 4 years of high school ball, and I played in junior high. I didn't get to the like college or the NBA, but I know damn well the thing about the game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Wally thinks
Get out of here with that.
Wally afraid of he think we afraid of somebody who can't put his hand on the side of the ball to dribble. Wally probably still dribble with his hand.
This guy can't talk basketball. Yeah, all right, cool.
What Wally got to say, man.
He just mumbling, man. He just mumbling.
I gave him a chance. Shout out to you, Blue Boat. Remember I told you, Brandon, about how prime and peak is a big thing for Jordan fans. They love to use prime and peak in the conversation, and obviously you can see here. Blue Boat brought it up and stuff like that. So we appreciate you, Blue Boat, man. You know, because you know these.
I had to come and save the guys. I had to come and save Craig and T. Perfect, man. Travis, Craig and I had to save them guys, man.
I don't know how.
Wally Lancaster.
People he brought up, so he probably knew this was all was going to happen.
No, I brought up Jordan fans. Wally Lancaster is a Jordan fan. Wally is a Jordan fan. It's not my fault. Wally wanted to talk about LeBron James.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not my fault.
And not a point. One time, maybe twice, I brought up LeBron. And that wasn't to like diminish the dude or anything. I kept it simply Mike.
Well,
that's the difference.
Mike the GOAT without mentioning no NBA player, whether it's the highlights or not.
That's why today's show was created, Craig, for you.
That's what it's about. That's what it should be about.
He's great at everybody.
He's great.
He's a GOAT. He's great at everybody. There's no mention for anybody.
I've made like 3 shirts for Brandon on GOAT James Kingdom, and none of them look as good as that Chicago Bull jersey he got going on today. That's what got going on. Yeah, Jordan today, man. So you know what? We're gonna bring up a pretender Jordan fan. We gotta figure. I'm gonna let you go, Blue Bowl. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Peace out.
Much, man. So we're gonna bring up a pretender here. We got a pretender in the building. All of a sudden today, he wants to be a Michael Jordan fan. He was supposed to be the most objective guy on these YouTube streets. He's not a fan of no team, no player. But on GOAT Jordan Kingdom Day, he is a Jordan fan. He didn't even want to be a LeBron fan. Never. You know what, Sturdy? I should put you in the dugout. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Man, see, Johnny, that's the problem, brother. You looking through the world through the keyhole, but not through the Lord's picture. I finally understand the vision. I see the clarity and the greatness of his airness, man. It's remarkable. First of all, the reason why I chose this specific logo and profile, for those who don't know, that is Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. And what he's experiencing now, experiencing the glow. You know, all those stories of meeting Michael Jordan for the first time, and he said he had that aura. I had to summon that. I had to summon that to embrace his greatness. And through my findings and research of this man, I realized he was a generational athlete. People forget the reason why people see Jordan as the GOAT is because as a generational athlete in the mid 80s to the 90s, he changed the paradigm on the league with his relentless scoring. Like the brother said earlier, like the fact that he led the league in scoring 4 times, won the championship and finals MVP, made all defensive first teams 4 straight times. No other player did that once. That's incredible. That's greatness right there. The fact that for his prime, which is from 87 to 98, he didn't give you 1,000 games, nowhere near close, but he gave you about 830 games. And during that time, it give you about 32 points, 6 and 5, same thing for the regular season and the playoffs. That's greatness right there. I noticed too that out of NBA history, there are about, I would say 8 to 9 different times where a player averaged at least 40 points in the series. Jordan did that 6 times, man. That is greatness. And another underrated thing too, I noticed when doing my research on Jordan, he's not just a shot chucker. He's definitely a shot chucker, but he's not just that, man. He's actually a capable passer. Like Blue Bolt mentioned, when he was a point guard for them 8 games, because only 8 games, he did average a 30-point triple-double. But Let's get into a different sample size. How about we go to a smaller sample size like the finals when he averaged a finals record 11 assists. So you can't tell me a guy who just known for shot chucking and just those 11, 8-game sample size for the regular season and those 5-game sample size for that series. You can't tell me that guy's not a passer. Come on, man. That's Michael Jordan. He has no flaws in his game. The reason why I say he had, some people say flaws, some people say, oh, it's the 3-point shooting. Nah, he was not flawed in that. As a matter of fact, when the NBA moved the 3-point line up 2 feet to about WNBA distance, he shot above league average. Clearly, all you had to do was modify the 3-point line for Jordan to be great. He proved to be great at that. That's why he's a flawless player, man. Flawless player. Last thing, too, I'm leaving with this. He's such a flawless and impactful player. He changed the paradigm of the league. Before Jordan, teams were not building dynasties around their shooting guard. They was too small, man. They was too selfish. But not with Jordan. Jordan was so relentless, such a dog, such a leader. The fact that the Chicago Bulls build a whole dynasty around him, his play style, so much so that a guy like Phil Jackson, who already proven to be a champion winner as a coach, as a player, had to bow down to his greatness, his aura, to just simply negotiate with Jordan. Please, Jordan, we need your greatness, so I'll make you a deal. If you just adhere to the triangle philosophy, proven to work just for 3 quarters, I promise you I'll get you as much shots as you want in the 4th quarter. And you know what Jordan did? He adapted. He's the greatest, man. He's the greatest. That's why people view Jordan as the greatest, bro. And most importantly, here's the biggest reason why he's viewed as the GOAT. Ain't none of that stuff I just said. Ain't the awards. It's the shoes, man. It's the shoes. It's the shoes, man, bro. When I put on the ones, man, I feel so much lighter. But I'll be gliding through my time, man. I feel closer to God. I feel closer to God, baby. And that's what that is, man. I don't know about y'all, but a real Jordan fan like myself, I always have a designated pair that I only wear on Sundays because that's what Jordan do. I'm superstitious, you know what I'm saying? Like Jordan wore the same college briefs, didn't wash them for years, did never wash them, but he wore the same college undergarments for every single one of his games. I do the same thing, but with Jordans, bro. You got to. No soles. Original. I don't need custom soles. Jordan didn't have soles back then. I'm going to continue and try to follow in his steps of greatness. Through all that, subjectively, he's definitely the GOAT. But objectively, at best, he's like the third greatest player of all time. At best. At best.
What? Blasphemy. Get out of here with that. We knew you was an undercover agent. You did not pass the test. You are not a true Michael Jordan fan. Get out of here, Sturdy. Thank you.
No, I am. No, I am. I'm a real Jordan fan because, like, Jordan was relentless. He's a student of the game. Even in multiple interviews, Jordan never. No, Jordan never disrespected the other eras. No. So I'm like the Michael Jordan of Jordan fans. Hold on, John. I'm like the Michael Jordan fans. You know what I'm saying? What you saying? Like, no. I have the work ethic. I gamble
to feel like Mike today. Nobody has made me feel like Michael Jordan yet. You guys are doing a horrible job being Michael Jordan fans. I'm glad I never was on the train. Because this is not fun. Brandon, we need to find somebody that can talk about like the toolbox.
Yeah, somebody who can come tell the truth as well.
The toolbox? I got you.
Hold on. No, listen. Y'all don't like Wiley. I think Wiley's, if he just stops talking about LeBron, would it make a great case for Jordan?
I don't think he can.
Okay, let's do this. Let's give Wiley one more time. Y'all want to give Wiley one more shot?
No, please.
No, he come on. I'm leaving,
bro.
Oh man, nobody want to hear him talk. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. The link is up for real Michael Jordan fans. We want Michael Jordan fans to step up today.
I'm pleading with you guys, like especially this week. Please. Someone, not these.
You know what? I'm tired of y'all. I am kind of tired of y'all because you know what? We sit here and bring a show to y'all every Sunday so that we can have some fun talking basketball. Now you know Brandon and I, we love LeBron James because he's the greatest player ever. But today's about Michael Jordan, and we giving Michael Jordan fans an opportunity. They don't want to step up. They just want to talk LeBron James. So we're gonna actually show some props to real LeBron James fans. Y'all know what we do on a Sunday afternoon. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for joining us on another great show. We are going to give you guys, like we always give you every Sunday, an actual content creator that represents LeBron James in the highest light. Because as LeBron fans, we have no problem doing it. And we do that with King John's Flowers or Flowers with King John, because he can find on social media a bunch of LeBron fans who know how to talk the game. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Flowers with King John.
Rosebetters!
Today's episode was called GOAT Jordan Kingdom. And one of the problems is it seems like a lot of you Jordan fans are having a hard time explaining that without talking about LeBron James. It's like, explain to us why Jordan's the GOAT, without talking about LeBron. And LeBron fans don't have that problem. So when LeBron fans tell you that he's the GOAT, they explain it, and they don't have to talk about Jordan. So today, at first time for TikTok, the page is called GOAT and got a star. It's called GOAT. He has 120 he follow 120 people. He has 4,868 followers. He has 655,000 likes. I like to break that down so you know exactly what page to go to. One of the things I liked in his page, it was a post. I wanted to tell you what the post. It said, I led my team in points in the NBA Finals. It was a picture of Michael Jordan. I led my team in rebounds in the NBA Finals, Bill Russell. I led my team in assists in the NBA Finals, Magic Johnson. I led my team in steals in the NBA Finals, Isaiah Thomas. I led my team in blocks in the NBA Finals, Tim Duncan. I led my team in points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks. I am LeBron James. And that's how easy it is to give flowers to all the pages that give praise to LeBron James, talk about LeBron. I mean, it's easy for us to do this. We're going to have 22 years of how to explain why LeBron's the GOAT. I mean, I always hear, let's not talk about stats, but let's talk about MVPs. How did he get that MVP without the stats? But like I said, when I got to do this every week, I just choose one because there's so many pages out here give out that show love to LeBron James, and there's some great pages out there. I really do appreciate looking at these pages, and it's easy for me. So this Go page was actually something I was going to do last week, but I decided to do this week because he was easy to find. I don't go on TikTok as much as I used to, so it's part of the reason I didn't do it last week. But when this week was coming up, I kind of had this one done Tuesday of this weekend, and I was going over his page, and like I said, it's easy to find. He has some great posts up there. He's another one who does his own edits, and he has a great page. So I want everybody to check out. Again, his name is GOAT. He has 120. He follows 120 people. He has 4,868 followers. Has over 655,000 likes on his page. Please go check out his page. He has a great page, and please go check it out for basketball fans. Some people, I noticed something in the chat. Somebody said, "Don't care." We don't care about we don't care about you. So, hey, please check out his page, and hey, I'm stamping his page. Go James Kingdom.
That's right. That's right. Shout out to you, King John. Thank you for always doing the great work of representing LeBron James and also the GOAT James Kingdom platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, the name of that actual content creator is GOAT Star on TikTok. You can also find them on Discord. As you can see, they're available there. So they are officially gotten their flowers by King John. Shout out to you, man. That is great job by you. And shout out to GOAT Star page on TikTok. So we getting along, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a great show. We shout out to everybody that's in the comments. Again, today's show is about Michael Jordan. We've set out a whole show. It is GOAT Jordan Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Craig and Travis have what is this? We've entered another dimension. They've created a whole twilight zone to where now it is all about Michael Jordan. And we want Michael Jordan fans to step up and talk about Michael Jordan. Yes, about Michael Jordan. We don't want to hear what you got to say about LeBron James. We want to hear what you got to say. But again, this is GOAT Jordan Kingdom.
Put this shit to bed once and for all. MJ is the GOAT.
Some fun, ladies and gentlemen. What happened, Travis?
Some tough blocks right there.
Hey, he's Michael Jordan, man. I can't believe Willie didn't want to step up to the plate, man. What's wrong with Willie? Y'all are sad.
I want some fresh meat, man. Like,
all right. So let's do this. So, Craig, you did say that you had a criteria, right? You did state that, right? Like there was a criteria.
It's not a criteria. It's like a formula based on. It's based on what you did, what you achieved over how many seasons you played, basically. So, I didn't for what I was doing. The numbers I got now, I even included the in-season tournament and the MVP for LeBron and every, like the major awards. I didn't include scoring titles, assist titles, steals titles. And like I said, for the awards that a player might have been able to get for not entirely his whole career, instead of doing it for his whole career, I did it for how many seasons they played that they was eligible to achieve. So like I said, Bill Russell retired the same year they introduced the all defensive teams and selections. He made all team first defense. So that one time he had opportunity to get it, he got it. So he would get 100% on that. Wilt Chamberlain, he got he had 5 seasons to achieve an all defensive election. He got 3. So it will be 3 out of the 5 seasons and so forth and so on. Now, if award never was available to you, that don't count against you. So it won't impact you negatively or positively because you wasn't eligible to get it.
Yeah, similar to what we did with our criteria. Okay, well we're looking forward to seeing you.
But it's not your criteria is based on whoever's number 1 in that particular category. This is going against how many seasons you played. So you're not going against another player. You're essentially going against time. Yeah. So for instance, I give you an example. I have the numbers for. I'll give you a comparison for Kareem and LeBron. What my numbers. So let me get my notepad because I had everything written down. So for Kareem played 20 seasons. So for Kareem got let me get to Kareem. Kareem got 15. Let me go. He got 15 All NBAs. So he was All NBA 75% of his career. 15 out of the 20 seasons he was All NBA. So he was the 75. So All-Star, he was All-Star 18 of his 20 seasons. So that's 95% of career. So I did that with everything. Rookie of the I added Rookie of the Year because that is an award you get. So you only get it your rookie season. So if you got a Rookie of the Year, you got 100% because that's the only time you got it and you got it. So Kareem, Wilt, Jordan, LeBron, they all got 100 for the Rookie of the Year. But you could also be rookie team, which is the only time you could get it is your rookie season. So you could be an all rookie team, but not win a Rookie of the Year. Like Kobe Bryant, he was second team all rookie, so he would got 100 because of course you could only get it your rookie season. But he didn't win a Rookie of the Year, so you wouldn't get that. So I did that with even it awards you for getting something, but it's not because you're the only person to get it. So like defensive player of the year, Jordan has that. So he was only a defensive player of the year at 6% of his career. So it's not that big of a meltdown compared to someone who got 0. So it's like an additional 6 points compared to someone who got 0. So I did that with all NBA, all defense, the championships, the final MVPs. Like I said, I did with Bill because he did have the opportunity to get it at 69 when he finally retired. So that did hurt him a little because he didn't give it. Jerry West won it the first year it was awarded, so he didn't get it. But as far as the numbers with Kareem, like I said, Kareem I have here, he had 30% champion, 30% MVP. He was a final MVP twice out of 20 years, so that's 10%. All-Star 95%. So I took all those percentage, I added them up all together and then divided them by the seasons they played, and you come up with a number. So for Kareem, he got for all the awards, he got a total score of 495, which when you divide that by the seasons he played, you had 2475. For LeBron James, I got 30.22 based on all his numbers because he got over 520 points. So that comes out to the 22%. He got 30. Let me give you the exact number, 30.22. So 30%. And so basically what that's saying is he got 30% of all major awards per season. He averaged about 30% of all major awards per seasons for 22 seasons. So that's how I came up with.
Was that higher than Kareem or lower?
It's higher.
Oh wow. Okay, damn. You used the whole brilliant math. That's great. So this is what we got to do. This is
I have
great.
a question, Craig.
Yeah.
I have a question. So how did you do LeBron's Finals MVPs? Was it 4 divided by
No,
10?
I did 5 because I used the instill. I did MVPs. It's a final. It's an NC. Even though it's a final, I consider that 5 total. So he got 5 MVPs. He got 5 championships because he didn't win the NC tournament championship. So I counted that as a championship.
I'm just saying that's out of 20.
Technically, that is an MVP.
Out of 20.
Huh?
21. Out of 21 years, right?
Yeah.
5 divided by 21. Okay. That's all I want to know.
Yeah,
I
did that with every player. So for Wilt, I did it because he played 14 seasons. Now Wilt and Bill was higher than Kobe, even though Kobe played 20 seasons because they achieved more in the time that they played. And I did someone who didn't win no championships. He didn't win not a major award to see how the numbers come out. So like John Stockton, all he did was play defense and make all-star teams. So his total number was 136, which comes out 146, what comes out to about 7.1. So he won 7% of all the major awards out of his 19 career. He won 7% of them per season.
I get it.
Kobe, his total number was 366, which came up to about 18.3. Of course, he got the final MVPs, the All-Stars, like I said, he don't have Rookie of the Year. So all those numbers totaled up to 366. And when you divide that by the seasons he played, you get 18.3. So he won 18% of all the major awards per season. Well, all the season, based on criteria. You can add that. I say with this one, you can intertwine. So after this season, it'll be 22 season you'll do for LeBron. After, you can continue to do this, so you can always tweak it without having changing a whole bunch of nonsense just because someone played an extra season. You just, whatever they achieve, you just add it on.
That's too much math for Michael Jordan fans. They can't count that well and do all that type of divisions and stuff. You have to.
No, but when I do,
outline it.
I'm gonna do a complete one because, like I said, this was just a test. So based on what I used for the criteria, it was just it was Jordan at 33, it was LeBron at 30, it was Wilt at 31, it was Kareem at 24, it was Bill at 23, it was Kobe at 18. So.
Hey, Craig, can you post this on Go James Kingdom Facebook page?
Yeah, when I want to do an official one, I want to include everything.
Like
I want to give you the option to add like the scoring titles, the points per games, the totals. I'm gonna have all of that.
Okay.
All right.
Hakeem's
Like,
top five.
we have Willie in the background.
Like,
Willie.
LeBron is number one in scoring, so he automatically get the highest for scoring. And based on your and what I did was based on your ranking, you divide that by the seasons you played. So Kareem, he's number 2 on the list, so you would divide that by how many seasons he played and so forth. So no one will get higher than LeBron, no one will get higher than the next person above them.
So LeBron was number 1.
Yeah, LeBron would be number 1, and like John Stockton would be number 1 for assists and steals, and so forth and so on. Hakeem would be for number 1 for blocks.
This is too smart for Michael Jordan fans. You're losing.
But once you see it on paper, it'll.
You're losing them. You're losing them. I can see him in the comments now. You're losing them. Again, Willie, come up. Brandon, if you want to come up, we already know Brandon's only going to talk about LeBron James. He's not going to say nothing about Michael Jordan. He's going to compare Michael Jordan to LeBron James. That's what he's going to do. He's more than welcome to hit the link. I still got Wally in the back. Wally wants to show up. These guys don't want to let Wally get a chance. I want to hear Michael Jordan fans because Craig and Travis, you guys have disappointed me. I came for a Michael Jordan show. I haven't got crap. I haven't got shit. This is matter of fact.
What do you want?
Johnny, if you go watch
what I want. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
If you go watch the Michael Jordan fan page channel, who do they talk about all day?
LeBron.
So what do you want?
What I want is for people to address this idea that Brandon and I are
can I address that debate?
No, we can address. Yeah, I know you guys want to talk about how Pee Wee Herman got exposed, but this whole notion that we're fanboys and all we do is talk about LeBron James and we discredit eras. I had to debate and had to put people in check about that with GOAT James Kingdom because we're basketball fans. We like LeBron James and we know how to talk about the game of basketball. Plus, why we think LeBron James is great. So if you want to catch that debate between Herman and I, that's available on our platform and the FYF platform. Plus, we debated yesterday the scoring titles of Michael Jordan versus LeBron James 40K. So obviously there is a side for Michael Jordan. Why, when we create a whole show for Michael Jordan, nobody wants to step up to the plate and talk about Michael Jordan? Today's whole show is about that. I don't understand this. We need to talk about Craig's criteria is nice. Craig, I ain't gonna lie. I just wish we could like lay it out for everybody and everybody can see why that would.
That's what I'm gonna work on for. Well, I'm not gonna be here next week. I'm going to be away. So when I come back, I'll have the. I'll give it to you if you want to show it while I'm not here. But I'll give it to you and how the formula works.
And we only letting up Michael Jordan fans. We only want Michael Jordan fans up here. We don't want no LeBron fans up here explaining why Michael Jordan's the GOAT. It's crazy. King John, we can explain Michael Jordan's the GOAT better than they can.
Yeah. I mean,
my Jordan post is still circulating about why he's the GOAT.
I don't get why it's so hard to explain.
But we gave Travis a chance. The Jordan fans were yawning in the chat. We gave Craig a chance. Craig bored them with numbers and stats. They don't want to hear that shit. Then we had Willie here.
Let's want some time narratives. We can do that.
Well, I don't understand. I want to know. This is
6-0.
GOAT Jordan Kingdom. This is GOAT Jordan Kingdom.
6-0. He has a DPOY.
There you go. I was waiting for the 6-0.
He has the best shoes. Have you seen his fadeaway game?
First of all, do you see the ones on his feet right there? You see them crispy ones he got on his feet right now?
He played against like the most top 5 players of all time. Come on.
First of all, how do you grade this background, Travis? What do you give the background a grade? What
fire.
It's fire, right? You
fire.
Like this, right?
Love it.
You would take it back to the 90s?
Yeah, can I see that sweet Matrix suit that Johnny with the Exploser was wearing?
Yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet.
I had to do some exposure this week, man. I had to put people in check, man. I had to put some
black on black D. That tie is little.
I got it. Listen, man. Listen, I had to represent for us LeBron fans because we get called out for being fans of basketball, while the people who's supposed to be the real fans of basketball tell us Michael Jordan's the GOAT, can't tell us why they like basketball or why they like Michael Jordan. It don't make no sense.
So here's the thing for Michael Jordan fans, and like if we want to talk Mike's a great scorer, but how are you going to debate the scoring titles versus all time? There's no debate to be had. Scoring titles literally, I mean, Johnny said this. The only thing scoring titles tell me about a person or a player is that they literally took the most shots that year without fail across the board. When's the last time you saw someone take like the league average as far as like a player who leads their team in field goals, which is generally between like 18 to 20, and just won the award because they were the most accurate person in the league? Like Jokic came close, or like you had Shaq a couple of years when he was shooting, but you always had someone like Iverson or Westbrook jacking up like 28 to 30 shots a game, shooting like 30 to 45%. And again, it doesn't tell me anything about you as a scorer. It just says you shot the most. And that, like 99% of the time that anyone's ever won that, it's true. It doesn't tell me like how good you are as a scorer. And it's just a title. It just, like, every year Mike won it, he led the league in field goal attempts. He was still a great scorer and he was efficient? Yes, that helps. But like those titles mean nothing.
No wonder why these guys don't want to hit the link. The way Travis and Craig is talking today, boy, this is not Jordan Kingdom. I don't
Listen,
understand.
you ain't gonna have nobody sit up here and say 6-0 for 3 fucking hours, man.
When Herm said all you have to do is score 25 points a game for like 20 years.
Oh, 24 points.
Sorry.
We're starting to add up to 40.
I don't get it, man.
You don't realize, like, you have to be able to do it. You have to be healthy. You have to be in the league that long. You have to play a certain amount of games per year. All those combinations, I don't think we'll ever see again. Like, Kareem could have done it, but like he trailed off huge. Like,
once I show you my formula, you gonna understand why he the GOAT, man. Just stop. That's why I was trying to get this.
You know what? Yeah, so this is what we'll do. We'll let a GOAT James Kingdom member up. Shout out, yes, a GOAT James Kingdom member. Shout out to you, Ishmael. So we having some fun talking about Michael Jordan's greatness. What do you know about Michael Jordan's greatness, although you never watched it?
I watched some things, but I know that he was perhaps, in terms of winning and impacting his team to win, he's probably the most impactful, or he was the most dominant player ever in his era when in terms of winning and statistical dominance. His competition wasn't even close. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Even though he quit or retired, came back to win another three-peated again. Michael Jordan, he had a long, luxurious career. Yeah, I mean, he was that guy. He was pretty dominant. I mean, he was a great player.
He was better looking than LeBron too, probably.
Ishmael, don't worry about her not seeing him, because most people who debate Jordan didn't see him play either. So,
but I did have some questions, because in terms of what people say, it's like, so from my understanding is that Jordan is not necessarily the most accomplished. He's not the most statistical accomplished, not the most record. I mean, I guess scoring titles, but he doesn't have the most stat titles. So I guess it's in combination with his impact. And I know Travis uses the advanced metrics as an impact. So my question is like, so are you saying, like, in combination, do you think that Jordan has the greatest impact of all time?
Man, Jordan made the GOAT debate, made you have to play 20 seasons to play the GOAT debate, and he didn't have to. That's what his impact is. Everybody's winning the GOAT debate played 20 or more seasons at least to be in this debate. So that's what Jordan did. Your GOAT played 22 seasons. Somebody's GOAT played 20 seasons of Kareem. So basically, my GOAT is the only GOAT that didn't have to play 20 to be considered the GOAT.
Mine was a GOAT before the year 20.
That's a good point also, but Ismail, to answer your question also, I mean, if we're just talking impact, like all the offense that we want to talk about. He
impacted a whole playing career. Nah, I got to play 20 seasons. That's
all the
people. I think everybody has a different way of looking at impact. I'm talking about mostly because, especially Travis, or people talk about it. Travis is different. It's your impact in terms of your value for your teammates to win games, right? And some people think
they became all-stars with Jordan. Without Jordan, they were champions with Jordan.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But, Jordan made them champions. Pippen made them all-stars.
Okay, but yeah, and you think impact is dominance, right?
Impact is LeBron dominated for 20 seasons.
listen. So impact is all around there. If you look at like their his awards, you can measure that as impact to all of those. That's subjective. We all know that. But like then you look at things like other things like yes, analytics. They tell us a lot about the players. And the thing about analytics though is if you look across the top 10 players that even you would say, like anyone's list, Ajani, B, Lee's, mine, all these players that we talk about as consensus top 10, aside from possibly Kobe Bryant, dominated in these things or were huge in these things consistently. It's not the end-all be-all, but their impact can't be overstated, and it's measured in stats, yes, regular, and awards, absolutely. But analytics tell a huge part of it as well. Mike
Which ones? Which ones?
Like things like
I was about to get into
the
GOAT thing is from my understanding, a lot of Jordan fans like to do one-on-ones in the GOAT, but the GOAT is really greatest over everybody in everything. So my thing is that from my understanding, it's over everybody. What you have over everybody.
Like and he has look at the resume. The resume, especially for looking at just awards, is the most balanced award, arguably, or the most balanced resume in NBA history. He has the second most MVPs. He has most Finals MVPs. He's has 3 steal titles, right? He has he's tied for most first team all defense selections. He has he's number one. This doesn't mean as much to me, but he's number one in scoring both regular and postseason, right? Obviously, that has to do with shots. He's efficient. So, can you come up? Obviously, everyone's resume that we talk about is balanced. LeBron's is super balanced as well. But if you're talking to me about just over everyone, no one player is going to be number one in everything. Like, he has the most.
It's not. That's not what I'm saying. Like, of course you're not going to be. Like, player. Like a lot of players. Yeah, they have. Jordan is one of the most decorated players of all time. He's one of the most. But I'm saying that in terms of the thing is that even Sturdy has said that it's the thing that you have on your resume. It puts you in the GOAT debate is what makes you number one. And so, Travis, you talk about advanced metrics so much, but how many advanced metrics is Jordan number one in career?
Now, I think that I don't think he's number one in anything. I think Jokic passed him, but he's definitely he's like top 5 or top 2, and I think PER.
Not even win shares per 48.
Win shares per 48 blocks.
No, it's not. It's Jokic. It's Jokic.
Jokic is like number one in everything now. He's ridiculous.
Not everything.
Okay, Travis, when you said that all the top players are, they certain advanced stats, the top 10 players are, what are those advanced stats that you're talking about?
So if you look across the board, the ones that are generically that can be applied to most of these players are like box plus minus, offensive, defensive win shares, some combination of these win shares for 48, VORP, PER. All these things are generally they will excel in one or multiple of these categories, and without fail. Look across, and the only exception to that are the players that didn't have access to these stats, like Wilt and Bill. Those things. Other than that, everybody else that we look at was dominant in multiple of these categories, generally speaking. Jordan, Magic, Shaq, Larry Bird, a little bit there. Who else? You're going to say top 10? Kareem, 100%.
If you look at Magic, he's not really top 10 in most advanced stats. Larry Bird as well.
Magic had a stretch where he was dominating in offensive win shares. I believe
all time he's not, though. That's the thing. You said
I'm not saying all time, but not all time.
Are you just talking about certain seasons?
Yeah, no. If you look at especially like me, I look at their peaks. Like generally 10 years of them dominating in these areas. And that happens also without fail. You look at all of them and you look at their advanced analytics, most of them will have dominated in 1 or 2, maybe even 3 of these. Mike did it in almost all of them. Obviously, they trail off at the end. LeBron's no exception. He did that from about 8 to 18. He was king in most of these things as well. Look it up. He hasn't really done it since, but he's been consistent.
Okay. This is what makes it
It kind of makes it a headache because then it's like when you start throwing the terms around peak and then when you start,
take any shout out a player, Ismail, his top 10 that we all agree on.
They love peak. Look at Brandon Katz in the comments. They love peak. They think Michael Jordan.
So do you think peak is one? So Travis, is peak 1 year or do you think it's like 3? Like, what do you?
No, I need a good 10-year stretch.
That's not
You
peak.
think
If you look at, if you look,
That's not
That's not.
peak.
That's not peak.
no,
That's
I'm
not
sorry. Peak is generally about 5 years, but overall prime when you're dominating
Five?
to me,
No.
generally it's about
What?
peak.
I mean, everyone has a different
It's just
explanation
subjective,
of
man.
it.
Like the point
Everyone,
is, whatever.
it's not
Five
it's
years is
not a
crazy. I
Some
ain't
thing.
gonna lie
people,
to you. 5 years is crazy.
for some people, it's 1 season. For other people, it's 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, just be consistent with it. So the thing is, Travis, I'm be honest with you, bro.
I need something
I'm be honest with. I'm be honest with you. The reason why the Jordan being the GOAT is most like it's the greatest genjutsu in sports history. For those who don't know, genjutsu is just it's an anime version of illusion.
Get to the point. Don't nobody give a
No,
shit.
I no. The point is this, bro. Like even what Travis is saying, right? Because they GJK literally did this. Majority of the analytics all time, Jordan is not advanced analytics all time. Jordan is not the top of majority of them. He's only a top in a handful of them. So even by that metric, he's not the GOAT. When people keep saying this imaginary, when people that what you said, Travis, that's literally what you said. I listened to you.
No, you're using ones that don't matter. Like he's not going to clear an effective field goal percentage.
And that's
don't matter.
and that's nothing. And that's the thing too. That's the thing, Travis. Just be honest. Be like, I'm only selecting the ones that Jordan is higher in and justifying it. But don't say a blanket. You said a blanket statement, Travis. When you say a blanket statement,
if you look at any of the people that we're going to consider top 10 players of all time, there's only these ones that they consistently dominate in.
Which ones are those?
Which ones? You never specified.
Yes, I did. I've specified many times. Okay,
Yeah,
offensive
you said win shares.
He said
win shares for 48, PER, VORP, box plus minus. All these things are the ones that the GOATs have been great at.
The fact that you using
but that's the thing. That's the thing. Like that's the thing too, Travis. Like those you're not even selecting the advanced metrics that actually emphasize individual impact. You're choosing. You're willingly choosing the ones. Yeah, you're really choosing the ones that has the highest variable. That's the thing, Travis. When you use some of these analytics, not only read the definition of them, but understand them. PER, blocks plus minus, and even VORP, they're more conducive of lineups and team construction than opposed to individual impact.
No, that would be true, but again, these are consistently dominant players in that.
But that doesn't mean that
that's the point.
Then value. That doesn't then mean that.
A lot of advanced stats are team stats for your team, because for instance, PER, you're saying that Anthony Davis is the greatest player of all time. Win shares for 48, you're saying Neil Johnston is the 5th best player of all time. So that's why.
Yeah, it's not. The thing is, Travis, don't cut straight to the point, Travis.
You guys are wildly missing the point.
No, Travis. No. I get what you're saying, but the point is this. Whatever criteria you use, Travis, is not going to be consistent. And I said this in the earlier chat. You willingly ignoring my comment. Is not consistent with your other rankings. That's why. That's the biggest reason. That is the biggest reason why Jordan being the GOAT is the biggest load of BS, because it's not consistent logic. If I say Jordan's the GOAT because no player has dominated in a way from team success to individual success, so who's number 2? Based on that same reason, who's number 3? Who's number 4? And those following that is never consistent. So my question to you, Travis, even for the people at home once again, what is your criteria? What is your criteria that justifies Jordan being the GOAT? Other than saying Jordan is this, what is your criteria? What is your reasoning?
You mean like the one that I've been discussing like for the last 6 months, where not only was he dominant analytically, but he has also the most balanced resume.
See, okay, I'll give a perfect example, Travis. When you ask casual, what is your criteria? He didn't just say, "Oh, what LeBron James did as great." No, he described his criteria: how dominant, how great you are, how long you were, and depending on the era. He said it that applies to all his rankings. So we're gonna try this again.
And like his players that he gave were like, again, it was inconsistent with that. So like
that's why I said too. What Casual was saying. Well, I said too. What Casual was saying. I say it all the time. Is inconsistent too. But let's get back on Jordan, because it's Jordan. It's a Jordan show. You have Jordan as the GOAT. What is the criteria? Because at least with Craig criteria actually makes sense. Real talk. Shout out to Craig for actually having the criteria. That's the first time in my life I actually heard a criteria that could actually reasonably justify Jordan being the GOAT, because that criteria is applicable to every other person below him. So what is your criteria? What is your criteria in regards to measuring greatest players of all time? Not what Jordan great at. What is your criteria? What involves evaluating the greatest players of all time?
So we're gonna test your actual nuts, see how often you watch the show, because I've given my top 10 and top 5 almost every week for the last year. Okay, and I've said my top 5 is
so
exactly
what is
what
one
it is.
more time?
Okay, my top 5 is Jordan, LeBron.
No, I didn't ask you for your top 5, Travis.
Asked you for your top 5. What is the criteria if you go into detail on the analytics?
Yes. It's your full resume as far as accolades and awards, and how dominant were you analytically. Okay, that means everything, and again, consistently dominant analytically. That means your impact offensively, defensively. We can measure that. Again, what do the analytics say about your overall production statistically? These are the things that we see.
Sorry, don't say anything. I got questions to follow up.
Okay,
don't say anything.
So these people that we talk about as being top 10 across the board, not just 1 or 2 years, but they were consistently great. They might not be number 1 in everything, but they were consistently great at some or most of these. Okay, and that coincides with their overall resumes, things like that. You have to do research. There's no real thing you can plug in that says, give me the top, and you have to look it up. You have to do the research. You have to compare and contrast different players. That is my criteria, and I've looked across the board. That's why I have a top 10 today.
So, Travis, you only said total resume analytics.
Sturdy, please.
That's all you said.
Sturdy, please do not say anything else, because I have follow-up questions, because I wrote down all of this.
Good luck.
Okay. So, well, shit, it ain't looking too good for you right now. Anyway, so you said defensive analytics and offensive analytics. What are these defensive analytics? Let's start with defense first. What are the analytics you look to be able to form an opinion on their defensive impact? What are these defensive analytics, sir?
So generally, when you talk about, you can look at. I actually did a show on this as well. A lot of the best defensive players of all time. You can check out what their teams were as far as defensive rating in both points allowed and just overall. Like the first couple of years before they joined, after they joined, during their tenure, and then 2 years after they left. And then you can extrapolate what their impact was. You can look at their defensive box plus minus. Defensive win shares is a little bit because that mainly depends on how great your team was. But again, if it's consistent and it's not just 1 or 2 years. You have to see a pattern with these players. And then you can look at their basic stats too. Like how do they do as far as, their blocks, steals, all these things that contribute to their on-off percentages, things like that. Like look at Wemby. Like he had one of the most historic not box plus minus, but offense or defensive impacts we've ever seen this last year. And so those are the different minutia that you have to look up to see how great an actual defender was. It's not just about blocks and steals. It's about everything that goes into your team's impact.
So do you take into account when you're using defensive rating to tie to an individual? Do you then also take into account the possibility of that team losing multiple players?
Of course, yeah.
As well.
Like I said, I've never said that these analytics are like the only thing that you can look at as a player. When you're ranking.
Wait. Are we still using numbers to say why Michael Jordan's the GOAT? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. There's no walking down nothing. There's no walking down Travis on Craig because they used numbers for Michael Jordan. Jordan fans did not show up on GOAT Jordan Kingdom to hear.
No, I've got a debate with Casual coming up, man. We're gonna do it.
I don't care about that. Michael Jordan's not no GOAT because of no stats. He's the GOAT because when he stepped on the scene, nobody was like Michael Jordan. And we still have not yet to see anyone like Michael Jordan. He came on the scene as a 6'5" guard, a $190, jumping and leaping in the game, 28 points per game as a rookie. When was the last time you had a rookie average 28 points per game? Y'all don't even know because that part of basketball don't count. We only count what Michael Jordan did. Since 1985, nobody's ever been greater. That's the facts. It's GOAT Jordan Kingdom. We were supposed to have Jordan fans up here talking about Michael Jordan, and now we're having GOAT debates on why Michael Jordan's the GOAT. There is no debate. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. We said it from the beginning of the show, and it's to the end of the show. If you guys don't like it, we can end the show right now. But Michael Jordan is
I'm not
the
gonna say
fucking
I don't
GOAT.
like it. Johnny, I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I'm just asking questions. I'm not trying to really prove
exactly.
anything.
That's all we're doing right now,
Don't ask
Ajani.
Craig.
That's
Don't
all
ask
we're
Craig.
doing.
Don't ask Travis. You want to ask somebody? Let's ask Willie. Willie is the one that knows.
I still need the offensive
Willie
analytics,
knows.
but I'll get it from you later, Travis.
Willie knows.
No, you can look him up. They're available.
Shout out to Willie.
It's
Willie.
BS, though.
Willie.
It is.
This
It
is
is,
GOAT
but,
Jordan Kingdom. Can you please explain why it should be GOAT Jordan Kingdom for here on out? You better do a good job.
Well, Jordan never proclaimed himself as the GOAT. His peers do it for him. And that's the most remarkable thing about Michael Jordan.
He just lied. How you lie your first
He never.
He came out right with a lie. That was the first thing he did. Lie.
Y'all gotta let the man speak, man. The man came up and speak. He's been very patient.
I'm not even going to deal with the foolery, but they said I just lied. When has Jordan said that right there made me the GOAT?
You know Jordan.
When has Jordan said that?
You know, it's actually video of him saying he the GOAT, right?
No. Don't backtrack. Don't backtrack now. Don't backtrack now. When has Jordan came out and said that right there made me the GOAT?
I said Jordan said he was the GOAT. You said Jordan never said it. Jordan did say it.
First of all, the GOAT is an acronym. First of all, the GOAT term is an acronym. Tell me when Jordan said, I'm the GOAT.
Now you want to move the goalpost. Now you want to move it.
No, you moving it.
You want to move the goalpost.
Yo, big dog, because me and you the same age. Me and you the same age. Tell me when Jordan said he was the GOAT.
One video saying it, but you want to move the goalpost. So let's take that goalpost and move it. Now it's an acronym, right? But,
bro, you're not going to out-talk me. First of all, you're not going to out-talk me. You're lying. First of all, you're lying. You're a liar. First of all.
Why you want to move the goalpost? You can talk, but why you want to move the goalpost?
I said that Jordan never called himself the GOAT. Tell me when he said that.
You are wrong. I got video of him saying it. He said it.
So Jordan said, I'm the GOAT.
Yes. Jordan said it.
Bro, you're lying.
It's video of him saying it. Now
you're lying. You're lying. You are a liar. And you lying on a Sunday.
Jordan lying. Now it's about Sunday now, right? So if we were doing this on a Tuesday, would it be cool?
So you're telling a panel Jordan said I'm the GOAT.
Yes.
The word GOAT. GOAT.
He says he's the greatest player ever.
Oh, that's an acronym. See, B. Lee, stay out of it. Stay in the child's place. You said Jordan said that he was the GOAT.
Jordan said he's the greatest ever. He told Wilt Chamberlain he's the greatest ever. He told NBA players he's the greatest ever.
I remember.
He said when he retired,
the greatest ever is GE, not GOAT.
Simple as that. He said he's the greatest ever. So keep going. Keep going.
Yo, we're not going to do semantics because y'all big on words. We're not going to do semantics.
So keep going.
He lying and you lying.
So keep going.
We're not going to live off lies, bro. Jordan fans don't live off lies. We don't got the lie.
We don't hear that lie. We don't hear that lie.
Talking about Jordan said, that made me to go. Man, you can't find a video in the world out there like that.
Keep going. We don't hear that lie. Keep going.
What you talking about?
Keep going. It's cool. It's cool. Jordan says he's a GOAT. It's fine. He can say he's a GOAT. Keep going.
Publicly.
Did that mess it up? You ain't got nothing else for Jordan? Oh, that's what makes.
That's all he got is a lie. But keep going. Keep going. We wait.
A lie?
You gotta have more.
We waiting. Keep going.
Yo.
Keep going.
Next he gonna say
Willie.
First of all, this is embarrassing. First of all, I'm just joining in. But my man hit me from the door. Oh, Jordan, man, all that semantics ain't got nothing to do with basketball. When Jordan played on that court, he gave it 100%, winning or losing. Jordan played the same in losing as he played in winning. Debate that.
I'm moving the goal.
Jordan lost and he played good? I don't know. What the hell that's
what?
But
you talking about 2018, right? He got swept. But you talk about 2018.
I didn't mention 2018 at all, actually.
No, LeBron fans do. Oh, LeBron was the greatest in 2018, but he got fucking sweat.
Damn,
okay.
LeBron, too. You another one that's bringing up LeBron? My God. Oh,
he can't help himself. He can't help himself.
Bringing up LeBron. This is a LeBron channel.
No, it's not. Today it's not.
Go Jordan.
Today is not. Today it is go.
He can't help himself. That's all you know. That's all you know.
First of all, Jordan came in the league. Jordan came in the league 1984. Dropped 27 a game, 28 a game on average. Next year, broke his foot, played the goddamn Celtics, and averaged 41 against them in a loss. Next year, same thing. Kept climbing. If y'all don't see the story of why Jordan is so magnificent, that's y'all problem. Y'all sit on this channel and try to knock Jordan. Oh, he don't have a left. Oh, Jordan got 8 extra steals. Oh, this and this and this and that. Jordan played like he would never play basketball again. Okay? That's how he played. Like, this is my last time playing. Every night, 82 games a night. Jordan played 82 games, 9 seasons. Okay? That's why people love Jordan, because whenever they took their family out to go to a ball game, you know who we gonna see? Michael Jordan. I don't gotta bring up LeBron. Bring up Jordan every day, wearing his number. We don't gotta bring up LeBron.
Well, you just heard him say what, like, this is to go along with your point here. Like, the only argument they're gonna have against Jordan being the GOAT, they're gonna, and like you just heard the casual kind of allude to it, and I can't wait till I debate him and expose his ass. Like, he's like gonna talk about competition and eras. And they're gonna talk about everything except for total resumes.
I know.
Not gonna talk the numbers.
Yo, Travis, I like your style, Travis.
I can't.
But they talk about Jordan's competition because Jordan beat his competition. See, when KD was out there doing this on LeBron in 2017,
they're gonna talk about
I felt like if LeBron would have beat, like, I don't even mean to bring up LeBron, but we're talking about NBA. We're talking about the NBA. Yeah. If LeBron would have beat motherfucking KD in 2017, you got a case.
Jordan would have beat Bird. We would have had a case.
Oh, bro, come on now. See, LeBron fans' favorite tactics is rookie Jordan, early Jordan. But they won't tell you LeBron didn't make the playoffs his first 2 years.
Oh my God.
They wouldn't tell. They will not tell you that. So they expect Jordan to do something that their favorite player never did.
LeBron did
get swept the first round multiple times.
Let's keep Elijah on the actual GOAT, though.
Averaged 37 points per game and got swept in the first round. Is that what you're talking about? That's not a rookie Jordan. Jordan was like 25.
What are you talking about? That's second year Jordan. That's third year Jordan. What are you talking about, B. Lee? You're talking about a guy that just came in the league 2-3 years.
When he got swept by Bird. He wasn't a rookie.
He was in his third year.
So will you
let's go to his fourth year when he got spanked by Isaiah.
Okay, did he get swept?
3 years in a row.
Are you niggas alive? Did y'all niggas grow up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Did y'all grow up? Do you know what growing up is? Like, what kind of shit are you even talking about? Oh, he got sweat in year 4. LeBron got sweat in year 4.
When?
He did.
When
he's talking about the NBA
finals. In the finals? Oh, okay. So you're putting LeBron above Jordan. That's what you're saying.
Did y'all grow up? Did he disappear? I think he lost connection. Oh, you know what? He might have to do a transaction, ladies and gentlemen. He might have to do a transaction.
Oh man, I'm fired up now.
When you come back, Willie, we'll bring you back up. I told y'all, man. Listen, y'all. Listen, I was wanting some Jordan fans. Y'all don't like Jordan fans.
You got those cowards.
I think Jordan fans and I got a lot in common, man. I really do. Yeah. Do you guys know?
Oh my gosh, I wanted to hear the hilarity of Casual's criteria because that sounded.
No, you and Casual gonna have to show up on a Friday night. Y'all can show up this Friday night because we're gonna be talking basketball, where basketball is a talk. Here on Go Jordan Kingdom, we don't talk basketball.
All you need to say is why Jordan.
Shout out Adrian Knight, like the actual goat here, doing all the work.
Longer to be in his space. That's all you gotta say.
I never knew Jordan had competition. Jordan was greater than all his competition.
Hey, he always had competition. I mean,
he's the GOAT.
How many
also rap guy.
How many NBA players you know personally?
Do y'all know what growth is? Growth.
No.
That man did grow. Did you grow? Have you grown up? Yeah, we gonna clip that one. That is for fact. Shout out to you, Willie. Willie, you more than welcome to come back on. Because Willie, again, this is GOAT Jordan Kingdom. We are here celebrating Michael Jordan's greatness today. I don't know about y'all. I feel like Michael Jordan's the GOAT after today's show. I think today's show has been convincing.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I've been convinced.
When he see my criteria, he ain't got no choice.
Your criteria is exactly why I say it's the most balanced resume of all time. Especially the ratio to awards versus years played. I've been saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
Look. Wiley's still talking about LeBron James.
Like, I think LeBron should have retired at.
You can't even have a Jordan show without talking about LeBron.
You guys are.
Now you know how I feel when y'all have LeBron shows and I gotta hear Zesty Jeffrey every 5 minutes.
Where are those people who used to come on and get like exposed, like Ryan? We need more.
Where's Liddy?
Here come Willie back. Here come Willie back. There you go.
I had a little phone issues. You know, I'm a foreman. I'm a foreman. You know, I got it. But my phone be dying. Is dead actually.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
We know you a street hustler. So what you got for us? What you got for us? Come on, man.
All day. I came up in that era. All day.
That shirt is fire, by the way, Willie.
But listen. Yeah, let me show you that. You know, yeah. But listen.
Yeah, let them know. Jordan painted that. Michael Jordan painted that right there. That was painted by Jordan himself. Masterpiece. This is 98, right? 98 was a masterpiece. 98 was beautiful.
No. So what LeBron fans don't know it. Well, not LeBron. What fans don't know. Let me change that. Let me change that.
Thank you, sir.
What fans don't know is Jordan's greatest moment was in 1991, not 1998. That was just a conclusion to a finals. In 1991, Pippen got fouled out, bro, out the game because the Lakers was about to beat Chicago. I don't know if basketball fans know that. They was about to go up either 2-1 or 3-1 on Chicago. Pippen got fouled out in the fourth quarter. Jordan had to carry. This is what made me a Jordan fan. Yo, he hit that shot over Divock to take that game into overtime. Because that was a late game shot. Divock 7 foot came out. Jordan just inches shot that jumper. It wasn't no layup. You know, we ain't the layup king. It wasn't no layup. Jordan shot that J. Swish overtime. And Jordan took off from there. That was Jordan's greatest moment in NBA history. 1991 versus the Lakers. And that's what propelled him to be on some GOAT shit. Like, yo, this guy be balling. Like, balling.
So you say if Jordan didn't make that shot, they would have been down 3-1. They would have been down 3-1, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
You know the Lakers only won one game in this series, right?
So funny. He said 91.
No. I said it was either game 2 or 3. And they was about to go down. I wasn't sure. But if Jordan ain't hit that shot, they was going down. Pippen was fouled out. That's Jordan's greatest moment as far as his rise to GOAT status. He shot that shot. He shot that shot, bro.
To be fair, I think that was the greatest statistical finals that anyone's ever had.
If y'all know nothing about the 91 finals, Jordan, y'all know nothing. It's not no 98.
I definitely know. In that game 5, the closeout game, Pippen was player of the game.
Oh yeah, Pippen outscored Jordan in the closeout game. I think it was 29 to 28.
Player of the game. Pippen was player of the game.
Yeah. Pippen was in his prime. Man, Jordan raised that rookie.
Oh, he did? How? He was a rookie.
Sports talk.
Man.
Don't get it
twisted. That year.
That's not true. I said
I know
the greatest finals ever is LeBron's, but the best statistical, in my opinion, was Mike's shooting splits wise, led the team in everything except for rebounds. Both teams had everything except for rebounds, and he had much better shooting splits than LeBron.
LeBron led every team in all statistics.
I know. Mike almost did it, just not rebounds.
Almost.
Well, if he had it, he should have lost.
He did lead down. So Magic Johnson averaged more assists as well.
No, so he had 31 points, 11 assists, blocks, led everything in blocks, steals. He shot like 54% from the field, 50% from three, and he had
he should have lost close to 90%. The Lakers should have forced the game 7 so he could achieve this feat. I'm sorry, he didn't have to.
That's not a feat. LeBron averaged and had more totals than everybody with all 5 statistical categories in 2016.
Like I said,
so he didn't need 7 games.
Hey, I already called it the greatest.
To only miss 1 category. He didn't need 7 games to miss 1 category.
Hey, B. Lee.
How did games to miss 1 category?
Jordan didn't have more assists.
He finished it off. He finished it off.
Didn't have more rebounds. Didn't have more assists. Didn't have more rebounds. But go ahead, Willie.
Hey, B. Lee, how did, in your judgment, how did LeBron play in Game 7, 2016? I want to hear you tell me.
How great LeBron James played in Game 7?
In 2016 for the 3-1 comeback. How great was your team? Was it similar to Game 6 and 07 versus Detroit?
I mean, it was.
Come on, B. Lee, talk to me.
In 2006, he did something that nobody could have done. So that's probably the greatest. No one could have done that.
B. Lee, how did LeBron play Game 7, 2016 versus the Warriors?
27-point triple-double.
Okay, give me the stat line. Give me the stat line.
He had a 27-point
triple-double.
Listen,
he shot 37%.
Willie, we're not gonna be talking about LeBron James. Shout out to Mingo Jester. Thank you for joining us.
He was
you notice how he know what LeBron shot in Game 7 and 16. Ask him what Jordan shot in Game 6 versus the Portland Trailblazers in '92.
He won't know. He don't know.
Because they don't know. They don't know.
Let's let Mingo Jester in, because we gonna let Bobby in as well, and so is Lamont here in the building. Shout out to all of y'all. Again, this is GOAT Jordan Kingdom. GOAT Jordan. I'm mute you, Willie, but just chill. What up, Mingo Jester, man? We here talking about Michael Jordan's greatness, man. What you got for us today?
Man, this conversation is kind of sort of exhausting, man. Nobody ain't gonna change nobody. No, nobody ain't gonna change nobody's mind. So I don't see what's changing. Now that you talking about how good each player is or whatever, it ain't gonna really change.
Wait. What's each player? We supposed to be talking about Michael Jordan.
I'm talking about people. The people that's talking about it, not the players. The people that's talking about it, ain't nobody gonna change nobody's mind, is what I was saying.
But today's show's not about changing minds. Today's talking about Michael Jordan.
I mean, Michael Jordan was great. For me, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. For me. Because I've never seen a player like Michael Jordan. I caught the tail end of his career. But what I did see, that was amazing for me. And I think that's the best Michael Jordan, in my opinion. The older Michael Jordan, he was more mature. He was more adept as a basketball player. I think that was the best. His earlier years, Air Jordan, all that stuff, the shoes and all that. But his later career, I think that was the best Michael Jordan. Like from 95 back, I think that was the best Michael Jordan because he understood the game more. That's just like Kobe. that was the best version of Kobe. The 24 Kobe was the best version of Kobe because he understood the game more. That's the reason why Kobe was able to go to 3 straight finals and win 2 of them, because he understood the game more. That's the same thing with Michael Jordan. That's just me, though. You know?
Yeah, I believe that was the best Jordan as well.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that's the best Jordan.
Now, the best Jordan with me was 92. That 92 Jordan.
Them early 90s Jordans is the best Jordan to me. I mean, that's just me.
He just became a better shooter in his later years because he lost his athleticism. So he had to.
And that's why he became a better player. Anytime you can adjust your game to become a better player, I would say that. I would say that because most players can't do that.
A player that can continue dominating in a different way.
Yeah.
And just
and that's the same thing. You just said the same thing I said, just in a different way.
No, you saying that he changed his game and was better because of it. I said he changed his game to continue being dominant. You say he dominated because he changed. I said he changed and continued to be.
Bro, you literally saying the same thing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You say the same thing I'm saying. Just in a different way.
Each other is hilarious. This is crazy. All right, let's let Lamont in. Let's let Lamont in because I know Lamont's been listening. He's been trolling. What you got for us today, Lamont? Welcome to GOAT Jordan Kingdom.
Hey, I'm gonna talk about Jordan, man. Jordan, I had Jordan as the GOAT because he turned an entire era of basketball into a walking contradiction. Right? He embarrassed an entire era of basketball. An era of basketball where people said this was the big man era. A 6'6", 190-pound guard walked in and just dominated every big that got in front of him. No matter how many, he made all of these teams with all of these great defensive bigs turn into complete hacks. They went from playing real defense to just hacking, trying to knock him down to stop him. And he became essentially one of the only player in NBA history where if you remove him from that decade of basketball, there is literally nothing to talk about. And this was put on display when he retired. Houston Rockets playing the NBA Finals. And in the middle of the NBA Finals, they cut away to show the O.J. Simpson chase. That's how irrelevant NBA basketball was without Michael Jordan at that time. You had people crying, people begging for him to come back. You had the league finagling and finessing, hiding his testimony when he had to go testify against the mob and he had to snitch on the entire mob, right? They hid it. They didn't allow media to post negative stories about him. He was really the gold standard. So the only player where you can completely remove him from an era of basketball and there's absolutely nothing to talk about, right? 6'6" guard dominated the so-called era. And that's why I say it's a walking contradiction because they tell us it was a big man era led by big men, but none of the big men could win anything unless Jordan wasn't around, right? Jordan had to retire, go play baseball a few years just for some other big men to get some shine. And that's the only time they could get a shot. And on top of it all, he was on a team, a super team that dominated the 90s without any big men. They essentially started the small ball lineup that we see dominate today's game. They had the first small ball lineup. The style of play that dominates and teams are trying to mimic today was started by Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls. So that's why, for however much longer I keep Jordan as the GOAT, that's why he's the GOAT. It has nothing to do with any other players, anything like that. He dominated an era so much that it absolutely became irrelevant. All of the people, all of the players in that era, like I've said, and I've done multiple series on this, too small, overweight, garbage, didn't take the game seriously, and he showcased that every time he touched the floor in the 90s.
Lamont, are you saying that the Chicago Bulls were playing an offense Wally, I gotta mute you, Wally. So you saying the Chicago Bulls were playing a European style basketball the way Wally was disrespecting of today's NBA?
Yes, the Chicago Bulls, again, they went, especially their most devastating lineup was the lineup when they went small with Dennis Rodman and Tony Kukoc. It was the small ball lineup. It completely exposed all of the slow bigs that couldn't defend. None of them could guard in the ISO. They could not stop anybody, and the Bulls played in that particular style, and because you weren't going to beat them. They were one of the only teams that what did they always deploy? As much as people criticize the 3-point shot, the Bulls always kept snipers. They always had snipers, They had the Craig Hodges. They had the John Paxsons. They had the Steve Kerrs. They always went and kept snipers in their pocket, and because they always knew that ultimately, in some way, shape, or form, the ability to knock down the three ball was going to come into play. So all of these people saying that teams shoot too many threes now, with the analytics prove that shooting more threes leads to winning. And much as people want to go against just common sense mathematics and why teams shoot more threes today, it's just basic basketball. It's even when I play pickup ball. When we playing 1s and 2s to 15, I always tell my team, we shoot all 2s. You know why? Because 2 points is double to 1. They can make 5 1-point layups. We make 2 or 3 threes, we still in the game, and that's far less shots made, right? So again, just the analytics say the 3-point ball. So again, the Bulls were ahead of their time. Nobody gives them credit for it. Jordan dominated the fake big man era. And like I say, if you take Jordan away from the 90s, people would have a hard time telling me anything about the 90s because it absolutely was nothing. It was a walking garbage can of an era. And Jordan definitely proved that by dominating that era to like no other.
Hold it. Hey, Lamont. Hey, Lamont. I have a question.
Go ahead, Wiley. Let him know, Wiley.
Hey, man, you always kick me out the show, man, because you can't stand
I didn't kick you off the show. They kick you off the show. I'm just hosting. Wiley, don't do that to me, Wiley.
But, Lamont, I got to ask you a question, Lamont, because this dude, you guys, I noticed one thing about you guys. Y'all don't like the truth. Now, how in the hell can you tell me that the 90s was a garbage era, right? Pat Ewing played, that's the Hall of Famer. Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer. Olajuwon, Hall of Famer. Clyde Drexler, Hall of Famer. I mean, I'm just shooting these right off the top of my head. Now, I'm pretty sure some Karl Malone, John Stockton, Hall of Famers. How can an era be trash? And I ain't did no research. I'm just naming them off the top of my head. If you make the NBA Hall of Fame, how can you be trash? Answer that.
Oh, that's an easy answer to that. And you know what? The answer to that is embedded in the Jordan formula. Because so all those great players that you hold on, let me give it to you. All those great players that you just gave me, Barkley, Ewing, hold on. All those great players that you gave me, Barkley, Ewing, Malone, Drexler. Okay, all those great players. I mean, I'm talking about Hall of Fame, you are right. But the standard that you guys gave us, right? The standard that you guys taught us, Wally, because we learned well from you 90s fans, is that championships are the gold standard. Now add up those championships from all those great players. See how many we can come up with.
They couldn't win because they was playing against him.
They was playing against who?
If you take Jordan out of the equation, just like he didn't play them 2 years, Hakeem Olajuwon got some shine. That scrub dude, Kenny Smith, he got some shine. He got 2 rings. That dude can't play.
Oh, but
Kenny Smith is not no Hall of Famer.
Why did they make it to the finals?
What I'm trying to figure out, you don't want to give Jordan you don't want to give Jordan no credit, and
I just gave him credit. I just gave him credit.
It's Gold Jordan Kingdom.
That don't make no sense.
Let me ask you this.
That don't make no sense, though.
I gave Jordan credit.
Wally, let me ask you this, Wally. What era in basketball didn't have a bunch of Hall of Famers?
What I'm saying to you, you don't, the standard is the Hall of Fame with individuals.
No, the standard is championship.
I understand that. But what era doesn't have a bunch of Hall of Famers?
You know what it is, man. You want to talk all and have all. That's why you put me in the backstage. Don't want me to be up here because y'all don't like the truth. Lamont do it all the time. But I can
Wally, isn't the standard championship?
You don't get no higher. You don't get no higher than the Hall of Fame, though. You don't get no higher.
I thought the standard was championship.
Why are you ignoring? No. Why are you ignoring the Hall of Famers from the 70s?
Basketball player.
Why are you ignoring?
Or baseball, it ends in the Hall of Fame, bro. What y'all talking about?
Wally, why are you ignoring the Hall of Famers from the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s? Are you saying there was no Hall of Famers from those eras, that only the 90s got Hall of Famers?
Answer your question. You said, and you've been saying all day, I need some Jordan people up here. Now you get me up here, I'm talking Jordan action. Now you talking about the 80s. Jordan
I'm
played in
asking
the
you about
90s
Hall
and
of
dominated.
Famers.
Jordan played in the 90s and dominated. Absent his
I
father getting
agree.
hurt, we
I
don't know
just
how
said
that
that.
happened. Jordan would have
That's
got
what,
eight straight.
that's what Lamont said. Lamont said Jordan dominated the 90s.
He dominated the 90s, but hey, hold up, man. Lamont tried to put a twist on it like he always do. That's why y'all kick me backstage, because I'm truth serum for Lamont and you. You don't make a Hall of Fame, bro. You gotta earn that shit. And as much as I love, as much as I can appreciate what LeBron did for his son, LeBron James' son ain't no pro, bro. He ain't
That's
earned
why
that.
we mute you. That's why we mute you, because we don't want to talk about LeBron James on GOAT Jordan Kingdom. That's why we had to mute you. No,
You
we don't
gotta
want to
talk
talk about
about
LeBron
James
James.
to bring the truth out.
No, you don't.
Man, LeBron James' son being on the Lakers, that's a gimmick, man. That boy
What does
ain't
that
no
got to
pro,
do with
man.
Michael Jordan?
Michael
That nigga wear
Jordan
Clark.
dominated the 90s.
Wally
Don't want to
Clarks.
give him credit, but he beat Hall of Famers, Joe.
Everybody beat Hall of Famers. Everybody beat Hall of Famers. Bill Russell beat Hall of
But we
Famers. Will
talking
Chamberlain
about
beat Hall of
Jordan right
Famers.
now. We talking about Jordan and the
Okay,
people he beat.
stick with Jordan.
We talking about people. Okay, another Hall of Famer came to mind. David Robinson ain't no Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Jordan never beat no David
Playoffs.
Robinson.
He never beat him in the playoffs.
You don't get no higher than the Hall of Fame, Joe. It ain't Jordan's fault that he was better than them when he kicked their ass.
How does that make the 90s any
It's not
different
Jordan's
than
fault
what
that he
Lamont was
kicked
saying?
their ass.
But how does that make that?
You
How does that make the
understand?
90s
Let
any
me
different?
say something. Okay, can I ask you a question? You don't want to that. What was LeBron's excuse for getting his ass kicked by the three Ds? What was his excuse?
What is this? What are we talking about LeBron for?
Wally,
It's comparison.
Wally, put the drink down.
It's showing you Jordan's greatness.
Let's go back.
Wally.
Man,
the reason why they knocked the 90s is because they never seen a person dominate every 400, because there's 400 players in the league. They never seen a person just dominate.
Not in the 90s. Not in the 90s.
In the 90s, they never seen a person. They never seen a person, one guy, dominate the whole league.
Hey Willie, let me say this to you, bro. I can tell you around my age, right? Because you speaking truth to him, right? But the younger generation, man,
I know. I'm 52.
Can't
I
play
know.
no basketball.
I'm a fly ass. I'm a fly ass 52.
If you can't play, how you gonna look at a TV and watch the game on television, and all of a sudden you got all this knowledge? Man, get the fuck.
Yo. They don't understand. They call it trash because Jordan won. They call it trash because he won, because he beat other greats. See, Jordan ain't losing. Jordan ain't losing to Dirk Nowitzki.
Bro.
Wait.
Jordan, you know what?
The same way.
Hey, Willie, let me say this to you, brother.
Oh, let me say this to you, Let me say this to you, The same way D-Wade beat Dirk, Jordan was going to beat Dirk. They mad because LeBron didn't beat Dirk. Played like trash.
How he going to beat him, Joe? LeBron is limited, bro.
We know
Anybody that know basketball, right? They know that LeBron James, as a complete basketball player, right? He limited.
The most complete.
He's limited.
See, and then they get mad. Then they get mad when all the other greats come out and start talking about Jordan. Oh, y'all think Jordan paid goddamn Sam Cassell to say something?
Nah.
LeBron got a goddamn clutch client that pays the media. Jordan ain't never had that.
Watch this.
And let me say this to you, Willie. They played against him. And what I'm trying to get these youngins to understand is if LeBron James got him a taste of some Michael Jordan, he'd be saying the same goddamn thing. He would be saying the same thing. If he had played against him, he'd be saying the same thing, man.
Hey, yo,
I'm telling you, man.
Oh my God! Listen, it's okay.
How in
Listen,
the
ladies and
hell
gentlemen,
LeBron
That's
James
hilarious.
gonna beat Michael Jordan in an NBA Finals contest,
it's
and he
over.
couldn't beat
It's
Stephon Curry, and he couldn't
listen,
beat
listen.
Tim Duncan, and he
It's
couldn't
over.
beat Dirk
It's
Lewinsky.
over.
He couldn't
It's
beat them
over.
people, man. I saw
It's
it, man, on
over.
It
television,
wasn't
man.
that he. It wasn't that he couldn't beat him. He just looked like trash playing against him. He shot
Well,
39%. He
however you
shot.
want to put it.
He shot 39% against Steph Curry. He shot 35% against Duncan. He shot 30.
Trash.
We are
That dude's
done with
hilarious.
you. We are done with you guys. This has been Brandon. This was funny, Brandon. This was funny. I blame Craig. Shout out to Craig. Bye, Craig. Have a great Sunday. You asked us to give you a GOAT Jordan show. And this is what it led to. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is not our fault. We thought Michael Jordan fans knew how to talk the game of basketball. We knew that they could come up here and have a conversation with us. They cannot do it. They really cannot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let Sion in because Sion's been in the background very patient. And he's going to let y'all know. We're going to let y'all know why LeBron's the GOAT, man. It's over, man. This GOAT Jordan Kingdom shit is over with. Y'all suck as Jordan fans. Every last one of
Go,
you.
you go ahead and change that background.
Yeah, no, you know what? You motherfucking right. Let's go ahead and do that shit right now. Let's change this shit. Let's get this shit back in order because this shit here was fucking despicable. It was horrible. I don't care. You Jordan fans are bad for basketball. You can't talk the game. You don't know the game. All you know how to do is talk about fucking LeBron James. So let us talk about LeBron James. Sion, go ahead and let them know why LeBron James the GOAT, why you show up every Sunday to tell us that. Go ahead, brother. Thank you.
Bless up, bless up, bless up. Thank you for having me again. Hope you all having a blessed weekend and everything. You know what I cannot realize, understand, right? From the 80s, the media trying to hate on every players that go up against Jordan, you know, because if you realize, they changed Detroit Pistons name from Bad Boy from Detroit Pistons to Bad Boy Detroit Pistons. There's no team owner name the team Bad Boy Detroit Pistons. Wrong or right?
No.
Then again, then if you check, you know, the 90s, all of the 90s players, them always come out and tell you, oh, they fear Jordan. So hold on, so hold up. How can you fear a man and his basketball you're playing? You're on the same court, his hoop, you gotta shoot down the hoop, and you gotta shoot down the other hoop. If I stop you, I get a score. If you stop me we don't score. And you're gonna tell me you go out and you fear a man. No wonder why Jordan was winning, because you have a bunch of cowards playing in the 90s. They should be ashamed to come out every day and talk about oh the 90s was tough. Then they turn around and tell you they fear Jordan. So which one is it? The 90s was tough or they was fearing Jordan? Which one of them? I guess I understand why they don't fear LeBron now. I guess LeBron taught them Jordan taught them how to fear. LeBron taught them how to fear, so that's why they fear LeBron no more. No wonder why they have everything. If you check, if we could talk realities, most of us who was born in the 80s, we didn't grow up watching no basketball. We was more into cartoon. If we're talking the truth, we was more into cartoon. Is when we grow older, we start to realize things better, because we cannot go back and watch none of those movies that we used to watch in the 90s and these TVs right now, because we're not gonna like it. We're not gonna like it, to tell the truth, because if we go back and watch some of those movies where we used to watch on those big back TVs, we're not gonna like it. Just like if they sit down and watch those games what they used to watch in the 90s, they're not gonna like it. So that's why they fear to go back and watch those games, because it's gonna be very boring to them. Remember, say back in the days, everything we was seen on TV was okay for us because that was the quality that we had. So with eyes in come accustomed to that. Now we get accustomed to good things. Now we want to see that shit no more. Let's start the truth. But some of them just stick in the old days. So why they don't go back to the old days? They should get with a camera phone, all the computers, and go back into old phone and think that what you call it, dial-up computer. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to Windows 8. Let's go back to all those. Yeah, we're done with the 90s. Since the 2000 ain't good, let's go back. Everything I take everything back to 90s. Who don't like the evolution? Let's go back. Get rid of all technologies and go back to the 90s stuff. Because I guess evolution ain't good. Evolution is no more good. Because when Jordan come in the NBA, they was playing back to back. They was playing dribble along the court and pass around the ball to the center first. The center was the main man. Then Jordan come in and turn the basketball game into Jordan, center go catch rebound. So now when when NBA realized that it isn't working properly, is when he wasn't winning anything in the 80s. That's why they changed the rule in the 90s for him to win. Because even Will Chamberlain look at him and tell him like that. Say you have the data, you have to change the rule for you to win. But all of a sudden, Jordan fans remember none of that. All of that is lie. You have to realize Jordan fans are like female. They have female hormones inside them. They don't like to take accountability for nothing. Anytime you tell them anything about Jordan, or they change the facts, or Jordan this, Jordan that, Jordan this, you tell them facts, lie. So what you want to do? It don't make no sense. You tell them anything because it don't matter what you say. They're gonna change. They're gonna change the narrative. Everything. It's just like the media. All of a sudden now, it's only when Jordan started to win in the 90s, they talk about him. When they call it him, they in his prime. So when him Isaiah was winning ring before he reached 23, so he was in his prime then. So what he was in, what he was in then. So it's only Jordan alone could win him start win his prime, but the other one of them, the other rest must start win before him prime. So all come the narrative change to Jordan all of a sudden. Everything is Jordan way. Everything must go Jordan way. That's why from the 90s, they're still looking for this player to come out and play just like Jordan. They want to be just like Jordan. Because I don't understand. If you put the ball through your legs 3 times in the paint and shoot it and you get 2 points, it's 2 points. If you lay it up, it's 2 points. As long as you're in front of the tree, you're behind the 3-point line, everything what you do is 2 points. You don't get extra point. You don't get extra credit to put the ball between your legs 10 times behind your back and then shoot the ball. All of that is just wasting energy. So because maybe because Jordan used to do that once in a while now, oh, look at that move. And check again. In the 88 dunk contest, when they rob him, the fellow, because Jordan, one player I see ever do 2 dunk in a one, same dunk in a one contest and win the dunk. When Jordan jump from line, the free throw line 2 times in 1 dunk contest and win that motherfucker. Oh, the hell that happened? As soon as the fellow when him again, I forgot the player. I forgot who they get the 10. All of a sudden they start to boo. 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 When they was in Chicago. Boo. Dominique. All of a sudden Jordan. Dominique. All of a sudden Jordan take off run again. Take off. All of a sudden dunk contest done Jordan win. So what was going on? So was done seen it set up from a long time. There's none of those players could have do to stop Jordan in the 90s again because they don't put it Jordan way. Because they don't put Detroit Pistons from Detroit Pistons to bad boy Pistons. Oh, because they were stopping Jordan. So because they're stopping Jordan now is a problem. No one should supposed to stop him. No. We ain't supposed no. It's like no one is supposed to be stopping Jordan. It's okay to beat up teams in the season. Every team beat up teams in the season because you have weak and strong team in the season. But in the playoff, when they could focus on you, Jordan could have managed that. But you see how they hate Isaiah Thomas because Isaiah Thomas was the roadblock for Jordan. That's why now they put beer 8 on Isaiah Thomas. They don't give Isaiah Thomas no respect. Everything about Isaiah Thomas walk off a court and don't shake on. So that's why Jordan didn't want him on the thing. What? So Jordan is a girl, man. So Jordan is a girl. So, kid, no wonder why we find out. No, they have to be just like the boy. The boy have a girl attitude, so they have to have a girl attitude also. You know, we understand why they always in their feelings anytime anybody talk anything nice about LeBron. If a player come out and say LeBron is our GOAT, all of a sudden, he don't have any sense. He's a transsexual. Somebody paying him. Okay, then. But when somebody come out and say I'm an MJ fan, yes. See it? He says he's an MJ fan, so MJ good. That is good. freak LeBron. They don't need no explanation. But if they say LeBron is great, oh, how come? Why? Why is this? Why is that? Why? I mean, why? So it's just like so I guess it's just like Korea then. So anything they boss say, that's what we supposed to say too. So what Jordan fans say that we supposed to say too. So if we ain't saying what they saying, we say nonsense. I guess we ain't supposed to have our favorite player. Only them alone. Them alone supposed to have their favorite players. Them I cannot understand. Him LeBron fans build channel to celebrate is what he do, what he do on the NBA court. But MJ fans always find your page to come tell you, oh, he's not the GOAT, he's this, and always changing names. If you realize not every name get changed in the NBA is because of checking out LeBron have so much names. LeBron have so much name. Lee Coward, Lee this, Lee that. All come from who? MJ and Kobe fans. I don't know why, because maybe they never see nobody as they thought their players was gonna be great for so long, and then finally see somebody greater than them players now. So 18 start. I don't know why they cannot. Everybody sit down and watch Jordan when Jordan was playing and never ate. Now LeBron time to play. Oh, this is wrong. He ain't supposed to play like that. He's supposed to do Jordan way, Jordan this, Jordan that way, Jordan this. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was a game in the 90s where we all used to play on a Nintendo. Killer Instinct was a game. All of a sudden, Jordan have when since Jordan what year Jordan come in with Killer Instinct? So when he come in 84, he didn't have Killer Instinct. 85 no Killer Instinct, 86 no Killer Instinct, 87 no Killer Instinct, 89 no Killer Instinct. So when was this Killer Instinct? When that come in? Where was the Killer Instinct then?
He never had it. He never had it. He only had it for 6 years, man.
No, listen, we cannot worry about the players. We cannot worry about a player who cannot even play 10 years straight. There's not one. This man never played 10 years straight yet. This man always play 9 and quit. So we're celebrating quitters. Yeah? So I guess players who start playing 9 years, quit, come back and press again. Then they say oh, he's a quitter. And look at this again. And look at this again. They're always talking about people leaving teams and leaving that. But when if a player on a team ain't performing or they want them to perform, trade him, get rid of him. We don't want him. But as long as you take up your career as a man and say, I going this way, oh, you're the loser. But ask one of them, which one of them is in the same job that they had from since they start working? I guess none. They all leave and go to a better job, but you as a big man, you're supposed to better yourself. You're supposed to stay behind and take loses and sit down like a bitch. And your boss ain't be nothing for you. Oh, but say if your boss ain't helping you, what you want me to do? Stay around? I got to better myself and my family. I got future too. I guess because they don't got no future, LeBron ain't supposed to got none to. LeBron supposed to stay where they be and no future. Stay down fighting, because they fighting still and they cannot figure out how to come out of the fight. That's all I got to say.
All right, thank you so much, Darren. We appreciate you, man. That was great. Listen, y'all. Y'all were mad at us because we gave y'all a whole show to talk about Michael Jordan. So don't get mad because a GOAT James Kingdom subscriber and fan who shows up and supports us every Sunday afternoon. As you can see, we got fans all over the world because we like to talk basketball. He started talking about Michael Jordan. Now you upset. We gave you a whole 2 hours to talk about Michael Jordan. All y'all wanted to do was talk about LeBron James. So listen, gentlemen, we're not going to let no last takes get up out of here because Brandon's going to say the last take to get up out of here, and we're going to get moving. We want to thank all of you guys for showing up here on the Sunday afternoon with us. It's been a great show. It's been wonderful. I thought I was going to learn more about Michael Jordan, but all I learned is Michael Jordan fans are actually LeBron fans. So, Brandon, what we got for these folks before we get up out of here?
I don't really have much because, we tried to sit here and listen to why Michael Jordan was the GOAT. We tried, but it's frustrating when they only want to talk about LeBron, talk about who LeBron didn't beat. Like Michael Jordan beat everybody. Like LeBron couldn't beat Steph. LeBron beat Steph. is that the same way for Isaiah Thomas? Michael Jordan couldn't beat Isaiah Thomas. He couldn't beat Larry Bird. Like, is this a thing? He couldn't beat Hakeem Olajuwon, things just like that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know, there's ways to say how Michael Jordan is a GOAT, and you know, a lot of his fans don't really know how to just have a good conversation why Michael Jordan is a GOAT. You know, you could keep it to your narratives. We didn't even really try to talk about your narratives. We let you go with your narratives, but soon as you start talking Jordan narratives, you start talking about LeBron James and why LeBron James couldn't do what you feel he couldn't do. Like, it's cool that you think Michael Jordan's a GOAT. Tell us why Michael Jordan's a GOAT. You know, I know Travis had his thing with, you know, advanced stats. You know, there was, you know, casual pushback on that, of course. But, you know, we didn't push back. Like, that's what Travis always say. We tell him we don't agree, but if that's how he believes Michael Jordan's a GOAT, you know, it's a fast. That's a pretty amazing. You know, what he did, I think it's more of a team stats, but Michael Jordan, what he did with his team led to a lot of titles. So those advanced stats are valid because of what Michael Jordan was able to do. His scoring was valid because what he was able to do. But you know, there's a way to say it, and there's a way to keep LeBron out of it. And Jordan fans cannot. You know, Craig and Travis is used to this. They are used to, you know, us talking the GOAT debate, so they make sure to not bring LeBron James into it. But the other Jordan fans, they just cannot help themselves. They just do not know how to talk about LeBron James and Michael Jordan in the same sentence. It always have to come back to LeBron James, and we want to see if you can remove LeBron James and tell us why Michael Jordan's a GOAT. But you know, maybe we could try that again another time.
No, we ain't gonna try this again ever. It's a wrap for you, Zesty Jeffries. I told Craig I wasn't gonna say it, but he gone now. I can say it now. We back to GOAT James Kingdom. This is GOAT James Kingdom. And just like Lamont just put in the comments, it looks like there's no Jordan fan that could ever keep Jordan relevant without mentioning LeBron. And that's just facts. Y'all were mad at Gilbert Arenas for saying that, but this is what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. We talk about the GOAT conversation. We are the Clutch Sports Hitmen because we get paid to do this every week. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, support what we do, hit that like button, hit that ring notification so that you know when we drop a show every Sunday noon, you know that we are here to do what we do best. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership. Support what we do here. We're not only getting checks from Clutch Sports, but we also get support from real fans, real basketball guys who want to see the content that we provide, and we provide plenty of perks for all of our members, and we appreciate all of our members. Thank you guys for supporting what Brandon and I do here, and obviously shout out to Travis, King John, and also Craig King for showing up and making the GOAT James Kingdom show what it is, because ladies and gentlemen, we do this every Sunday noon Eastern time. We try to give you guys a Michael Jordan show. You guys could not talk nothing but LeBron James because LeBron James is actually just greater than Jordan. You guys knew that before you came on this show, and now you knew that after today's show. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the GOAT James Kingdom show. This is GOAT James Kingdom. Peace and blessings, and we'll see y'all next Sunday. If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.